between Anahel and Jeremy led him to separating from the party for a period of time, and we all took a bit of time to rest up and got ourselves recuperated. The immediately following that, we were attacked by the rocks, which ended up with Anahel unfortunately dying. Afterwards, we brought Anahel within the ship quarters where Jeremy tried to revive her, but it didn't quite work out. Shortly afterwards, it was revealed that at some point during the rock attack, a tear was made in the hot air balloon, and by the time that it was noticed, the tear it was too far gone in order to repair. Uh, Regardless of the efforts of Jeremy, Asher, and Gregory, Asher, and Thermal. So we all had to prepare for a crash down. We were able to get ourselves some additional time by sacrificing the Remoras heart, aka handing it over to Gregory, who tossed it in the furnace and put that shit in overdrive, giving us a little extra time so we didn't crash into the mountains and instead crashed into the swamps of I forget the name of the burning forest.
Brainwoods.
Brainwoods. Yes. We took some time to try to find some footing, and we found a not as wet area, and we chopped down some trees and made a platform in order for us to rest. During which Asher found some more of the demon lord's ooze that we've been seeing all over this area. Oscar notated that this is one of the first areas he actually encountered it with those Griffin riders. And while avoiding it, we made camp and took a rest for the night. We tried to decipher a bit of a scroll that Mr. Edgar gave to Eustace, but no luck at the given time. We then decided to try to continue and make way the next morning in order to get to Miladar to accomplish the next stage in our plans. And as we traveled that way, we noticed that there were some structures within the forest, some sort of armament of sorts. Part of the party was essentially like, yeah, we should avoid that. And Oscar specifically was saying, like, yeah, whenever I've encountered any sort of civilization in these woods, I've been attacked by undead and monsters. We shouldn't do that. Well, we ended up doing that, and we ended up getting shot at by a female individual, and immediately afterwards, after disregarding their words to leave, we were attacked by undead, a horde of zombies unlike anything we've seen before. So we all decided to retreat into the tower. Well, not all of us. Thermal was busy kicking zombies. And taking names.
We saw a lot of names.
We were treated as much of us as possible. Retreated into the tower, where Oscar and their new friend Amy, who he asked if was a werewolf, and said and totally sidetracked the conversation, did not tell him the truth. But that's a story for today. We took on shooting the zombies down. Asher backed up the others with his bow, while Eustace fired off magic, and at the end of it managed to take out most of the zombies for us. And while all that was going on, our old buddy Gregory had a bit of a meltdown, and as a bit of a meltdown, he almost blew Oscar up, and Oscar is very upset. Motherfucker. Though
almost killed the whole party.
But he almost blew up the whole party, and then the resulting situation almost blew up only Oscar. So, and while all this was happening, Oscar happened to notice a particular individual, the vampire lady that is, I think she's in the campfire talk or something. She's in there. Campfire talk. You could see her. she was staring us down. Oscar, with his magic eyes, was able to see her from the distance, and essentially the entire time from that point on kept his eyes on her, which he would still be doing currently as long as she's still there. And that's kind of we just managed to kill off all the rest of the zombies, and that's pretty much where we left off, guys. With zombies dead, all of us a little wary, and a vampire lady giving Oscar the eyes, the hungry eyes.
I hear a lot of whining from Oscar, and not as much story recapping.
I thought the vampire lady disappeared towards the end of the fight. No. Okay. Cool.
We disappeared during the fight. We set out east.
Correct.
We were running east.
We dipped out.
Which is where we are going to pick up today, folks. Before we initiate, George, are you good or do you need a second?
No, I'm good. I am good. I'm just...
Nice to see you, bud.
My Steam restarted. That's why I got kicked out of Telesmart.
No worries. Just wanted to make sure you're solid. Worst case scenario, I got Fate streaming for us.
Okay.
All right, team. As you make your way through swamp, ankle-high water, slushing into weed, moss, bramble, some murky water, and you get your foot occasionally stuck in this little 6-inch mud pit, and you kind of hear the slurping and squeaking of your boots pulling out of the suction that you make as your body pressure goes into the mud. The smell of just moisture and trees that seem to just wither away naturally as they decompose mixed with water. The mosquitoes and the bugs bite, swarm around you, forcing you to occasionally kind of swat them away. The canopy itself, although still existent, is still very thin when it comes to anything in between water level and canopy top. So even though it's lush up top and moisture and green, boggy on the floor, a lot of the branches are either thin or without any greenery. Almost as if someone carved away the insides of this forest. And just these disgusting, wet, waterlogged trees are just erect everywhere. George, once again, I'm sorry. I have a little bit of a sickness today, so if I cough a lot, I apologize.
It's cool, man. It's cool. We all good.
No problem. Occasionally, the tail spire disconnects. Don't know why. It just is what it is, guys. Just so you're aware. So, as you guys continue to push east for the remainder of that day, and during that fight, you have some time to bicker or speak or have conversations back and forth as your feet once again splash in ankle-high water. Poor Gregory doesn't seem to have this problem, as he is wearing these particular inflatable shoes, I guess, that kind of allows him to walk on the surface of the 6-inch water. Well, it's quite a day, huh?
Quite a day.
Yeah, quite a day.
Hey, Oscar, do you think I could get some more of those arrows from you from the bag?
Yep.
I just need like 11.
No, he just hands you another quiver. He just hands you a complete. He only deals in quivers full of arrows. He ain't doing the counting for you. That's your.
I take the quiver, I count out the 11 that I need, and then I stuff that half full quiver back into the bag of holding.
Ah, my backpack.
I'm gonna talk to Gregory a bit.
Hey, what's up?
I just going with Thalia saying about your boomstick.
Annahel.
Annahel. Sorry.
Yeah, what about it?
I was just thinking, like, yeah, she has some points, but if you don't make it, someone else probably will eventually.
I don't know. Not many people are as smart as I am, you know what I mean? But, the conversation itself, all due respect, it just kind of makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Okay, hold up. I feel like Annahel's still alive, what?
No, Annahel died.
Yeah.
Annahel created a lasting impression.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't here that session, were you? Oh, no, you weren't here that session.
I was not. I missed the session where we got a new party member.
Yeah, but she
that was-
died 2
It's
sessions
werewolf.
ago.
Yeah.
No, I remember Annahel dying, but when he said speaking of Annahel, I was like, wait, what?
Oh yeah.
He was referring back to before she died.
Yeah.
You know,
We met
big bitch be
Amicia.
dead.
Right? Am I pronouncing that right, Caleb? Amicia?
Amicia, yep.
Yeah, likes to go by
and
Amy.
she's something.
Oscar's
and
only been
she's a
calling her
werewolf.
Amy, by the way. After
Okay.
she told him her name, he's just only been calling her Amy.
Well, then if Thermal's gonna be the Gregory, well, maybe if you don't release it on the surface here, I know my town could really use it to defend against the horrors of the Underdark. I'm not sure if you'd be willing to do that for me.
I'm not sure what you mean, really. Isn't the Underdark just slimy and wet all the time? I don't think it's gonna fire under those conditions.
Not all places. It all depends on the caverns.
No, the Underdark sounds like a very dangerous place, but if there's atrocities up here, I could just imagine the amount down there. Wouldn't it be double the
It's only
damage,
dangerous if you
double
don't know what you're
double the
doing.
threat?
I mean, it all depends. Like, the towns are spread out, and if it's only one town guarding itself against the horrors down there, it would save lots of lives.
Please explain further. Look, I just. What if it falls into the wrong hands? You know what I mean? I mean, what if it gets duplicated and people, good people, wind up losing their lives because of me? I don't know if I could deal with that
People
kind
end
of
up
moral
losing
conscience.
their lives every day to swords and blades too.
Yes, but I didn't invent those.
But you could have.
You're right, I could have, but I didn't. So, forgive me. I get what you're saying, but I don't know.
Thermal just like, I understand. Sorry about pressing the matter. I'm trying to save my town.
I'll tell you what. Let me, based on where I look. We have at least 2 or 3 days before we get to Mirror. Let me think about it, okay? Why don't you tell me more about it? And at worst case scenario, maybe I could whip something up to help. I can't. I'm not sure if my boomstick's a good idea, but I'll think about it, okay?
Yeah, Thermal just stay away from the topics of the boomstick and just tell him about the plight his town's under.
Before you do
just
that,
to save time.
why don't you roll me a persuasion check, please?
Okay.
Just for my own personal measurement stick.
Cast guidance on him.
Sure.
Add a D4 to it.
Okay, 16 plus
Aww.
3, so 19.
Damn it. Why are you trying to undo all my work? My legacy!
No, Thermal's just trying to get it for his town.
I'm
So
not done. I'm not done.
I'm trying to undo my legacy.
Yeah.
Roll it again.
Roll it again. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oscar would also have something to say too after this.
11.
Right, and that's with the D4?
No, sorry. Let me get that here. 13.
Okay. As you continue to kind of speak about it, Oscar would overhear the conversation. Oscar, you're more than welcome to jump on in.
Jeremy. Or
Excuse
Gregory.
me. It's Gregory.
Sorry.
That's Amy. I'm Gregory. That's Thermal.
Sorry, you see, an explosion happened not too long ago that brung the shit out of my head. So I'm a little out of it right now. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But if you're really concerned about protecting people, and building stuff to protect people, why don't you work on building something defensive rather than offensive? That way, if you build something that is really good at protecting something, no one can use it to harm others.
But you have
The riot shield.
What exactly do you have in mind?
Riot
What
shield.
about something that what about some sort of shield that pushes things away? Like if something comes charging at it, it like has a force that pushes them back.
I mean, I've seen Masters of the Arcane do stuff like that before. As far as a physical entity, isn't that what a shield bash is?
Yeah, but your whole thing was making it so that even the weak can do it. You're not gonna see a child be able to shield bash someone.
So what you're trying to say is a device that, when initiated or lit or something to that effect, it creates this concussive force that pushes out waves of energy and would repel whatever threats were nearby?
Yeah.
Potentially. Or maybe even like some sort of energy barrier. I mean, there's spells that do that kind of thing, but if you can utilize your science to have similar effects, imagine a entire town or city being assailed by something, and then all they have to do is activate your device, and the entire area is protected by some sort of
So he
bubble.
pats himself down, and he kind of opens up his shirt and he pulls out like a little notepad, and then with the whip of his hand he goes like he does one of these, Johns, and a little like a leverage action pen kind of comes up into his palm, and he begins to write in his little notepad. Roll me a persuasion check. Yes,
I
guys.
love this guy. I love this guy.
Persuasion. Oh, I rolled on the wrong thing. God damn it, I keep forgetting not to do it on the computer. I'll roll the D4 on my phone.
Could I assist a little bit?
With what? Sure. Roll
So
that
I
damage.
talked to him,
Pat on
like,
the back.
what if you use the same principle behind the boomstick, but instead of shooting a projectile, it pushes something and releases the pressure right when it stops.
Whoa, that's a 30. I got a 19 on my roll. Plus
You got
I
a plus
so
11 to your fucking skilling expertise?
No, I have plus 7, but with the guidance, it was another plus 4.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, and I'll roll. You know what? Let me see if I get a crit.
But yeah, I was just kind of put the idea
Another
like,
19.
For the record, skill checks don't crit, just saying.
yeah.
Okay, but it's still cool. So I got a 30. This boy is inspired. Oh, thanks.
No, sorry, my wife called. Look, everyone. Kate on the phone. Say hi, Kate.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm saying hi, sweetheart. Do you see them?
Kate, we missed you at the table, even though you were very mean to us.
They said they miss you. They said they miss you at the table, even though you were mean to them.
No.
No, Oscar is the only one.
Yeah,
No,
Oscar.
me.
Awesome.
Still love you, Kate. Wish
You're
you the
welcome
best.
to. He said to go suck on your ring. So
can't. It was stolen
you're
from
welcome
me.
to stare at me while I work, sweetheart. But I'm gonna get back to this. I love you. I'm gonna start ignoring you now, okay?
Nothing new.
As any good husband would.
So as he writes this down, he seems like, and you could see like one of those breakaway camera shots where you see all the the math equations in the air floating around and shit, you know.
Right,
You know what I mean? So he seems to be interested in this concept of some sort of concussive blast. Sweet. Is there anything else you wish to say?
Yeah. Also, do you have any extra like metals, like mithril, adamantine, anything with some good attributes?
Huh? We're in a swamp.
No, I mean in your bag.
The materials I have are the materials I need to survive. If you're asking if I carry my balloon around to trade, you're asking the wrong gnome.
No, I don't want your balloon.
No, but
I'm
the
talking
metal
about,
pieces on it are definitely not negotiable.
No, I don't want anything on it. I was talking about you definitely carry pieces like for repairs and stuff like that, like extra stuff.
Like the repairs I'm going to be needing to do.
But the hull was perfectly fine.
Yeah, and they're mine.
Okay, that is true, and I'm not asking you to just hand them over. I'm just
Thermal just goes and kicks Oscar in the shin.
You came in. We ended up, spending 1,000 gold on your ship.
No, you spent 1,000 gold in saving our asses. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Thank you, and you're welcome.
Yeah, Thermal just goes and kicks.
Like, oh, I could just end this guy right now. Don't. Come on. You're a different guy now, Oscar. You're fine.
Cinder nibbles you on your elbow.
What's up, hon? Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? You see something?
So
You want to bite him? You want to sting him? Oh, okay.
As this conversation continues to elapse, Gregory changes the subject abruptly. So, am I going to be the only one to address the green griffin in the room?
Griffin, where?
Amy, I saw what I saw. At least I think I saw. I have glasses. They do work. They are prescription. I saw what I saw. Are we going to, like, figure this out, or...
Asher was trying to chime in to talk about that.
Oh, you mean the fact that they're a werewolf and they lied to me about it?
Asher will kind of pick up with Gregory mentioning that and look over at Amicia. Yeah, so what the fuck is up with you turning into a werewolf? And then he'll kind of like give Kane the side eye of like, the fuck? Do you know anything about them?
Gregory points at Asher. Yeah, that he said.
Wait, Amicia's a werewolf?
Yeah, and she totally lied about it to Oscar.
Totally lied about it. That's what we did. Totally lied. That's entirely the exact thing that occurred there.
I know about werewolves. I mean, what do you wish to know?
Well, no, Asher didn't directly ask you. He just kind of gave you the side eye of like, the fuck?
Side eye. Listen.
Why are you looking at Kane like that?
Oh, they have a thing. Don't
Because
press it too much.
Kane is my friend. He's the only one from the original. Me and him are the only one from the original group.
You're damn straight
that's
out
still
here,
alive. And he's honestly the only one I trust out of this whole group with my life. Like, I trust everybody else.
I did save your life.
Me and Kane have been, and I appreciate that, but me and Kane have been through a lot together. And he's the only one. Sorry, guys. And he looks at Eustace and Oscar and Thermal and now Amicia. You guys are all fucking replacements.
Wow!
I mean, it's true.
You're fucking enlisted.
Like, he's got a lot of fucking PTSD, and he's kind of afraid to get close to any of the newer guys because so far everybody else in the group has fucking died. That's an actual thing.
Feels that for a moment.
He's not wrong, but wow.
I feel like I need to point out that both of my characters have died protecting your ass, and my characters continue to get shit on by you guys every single time.
Well,
Oscar looks at you for a moment like, what the fuck? And then he's like, oh wait, these guys are kind of replacements for me too. I have no right to feel this way.
And for clarification, Kilb, I'm not talking about just your characters. I mean, I'm talking about Mithril, Thrax, I'm talking about Iridian, and Vindor, all of them.
I know. I'm just saying.
He appreciates the sacrifice that Thalia and Anahel have made, and that's why he's, like, not trying to get close with some of the other people as much.
I got you, man.
What exactly does Kane know that we don't know?
I'm still waiting for Amicia to answer the question about being.
No, you guys went off on a tangent. She's just kind of slinking, kind of trying to encourage the subject change.
We can still see you, Amicia. You're not getting off the hook here. We appreciate it. We're not like trying to attack you because you did help us fight off the fucking zombies. But if we're gonna be traveling with somebody that's a werewolf, we kind of need to know.
Maybe if we take a step back. All due respect. Amy, where are you from? Let's start there.
I'm just from a little town. I guess I never really hashed out where it was. It's a small little town under the influence of Meriladar.
Oh, nearby.
Yes.
Have I heard of this town? I frequent the area a lot.
I really doubt that you've ever heard of it. It's really small.
Oh. Okay.
Is it near the town of Beaton?
No, but I've heard of Beaton.
Well, Beaton doesn't exist anymore. It got wiped off the fucking earth.
Oh, really? How did that happen?
Yeah. It was overran by a horde of greenskins, of orcs and goblins, and then we were able to free some of the inhabitants. And when we went to try and go back after getting the refugees to Bestow, it had been turned into a frozen wasteland by, assuming Skamen, the massive white dragon that lives in the Whitestone Mountains.
We don't speak his name.
Asher
Why?
looks at Gregory. His name is Skamen.
Who?
Or its name is Skamen.
Why do you say greenskins? That sounds offensive.
What do you mean?
Fucking monsters.
Greenskins, that's what they are, of course.
Not all of them.
They're very nasty
Every
creatures.
single one I've met has been a monster. The half-orcs, I don't have too much of a problem with.
What if they're just people who are oppressed?
They mostly just oppress other people.
I just realized we're getting sidetracked again.
Yeah, we're getting
Werewolves.
tracked. Back to
Werewolves.
the main point. Werewolves. Agreed with Oscar here. What the fuck?
Hey, you. Are there a lot of werewolves where you come from?
I'd never seen one until just now. I didn't even know that's what they were called.
You turned into one.
I don't know what my affliction is called.
It's called the
How
canthropy.
long have you had it?
Not long, only a month.
Asher's then going to turn to Kane. Kane, should we be worried?
I mean,
Wait, actually, can I retcon something? How long have the Iron Wolves been werewolves? It would be somewhat equivalent to that amount of time.
Well, the Iron Wolves, we kind of figured out, aren't exactly werewolves. It was some type of fucking thing with the hag fucking with Asher. But they've been dead for a total of 4 or 5 months, because we've only been, excluding the weird timey-wimey thing with the hag, we've only been adventuring together for about 3 or 4 months, and the thing that happened with Asher's men was a month to 2 months before he got to Beaton, I mean.
So then let me
6 months. Let's just say 6 months.
I'm gonna DM Frog how long they've been werewolves, because that's the answer. But he can just know that.
Understood.
thank you.
So, do you get all freaky deaky and crazy during the full moon?
Wait, that's an actual thing, Oscar? I thought that was just a myth that they got weird. Or not really a myth, but like a...
2 months is the correct answer.
What do you mean? You said during a full moon that thing comes out?
Yes. Or at least it's harder to control on a full moon.
You know what today is?
Wednesday.
I swear to God, if you say a full moon.
No,
Yes, I know it's...
not tonight, but the day after.
Frog, just as a heads up, I do have... So, you know the Artificer has that magical trinket thing?
Yep.
Amicia's is a watch, but when she opens it up, it will show the current moon phase.
That's
So
slick.
she's always aware of it.
That's slick. All right, so just for sake of drama, not tonight, but the next night is set to be a full moon.
Well,
Okay,
good thing
yes,
we
I know what tonight is.
have that ritual. You sleep outside that night.
Wait a second. Whoa! There's no way we're gonna get to Milidar in 2 days. That's at least a 3-day walk. Without any kind of adequate transportation. So, what happens then? Are you like petable? Are you a cuddler? What's going on?
Are you gonna try and eat us?
I won't try to, but I can't necessarily speak for the beast.
That's why they sleep outside.
It's
We
kind of
sleep in the
one and the
bubble where
same,
it's
isn't
safe.
it?
Sorry, I didn't hear anybody. They were talking over each other.
Asher said it's kind of when we said the beast, he's like, aren't you kind of one and the same?
No. Two very different things. I don't want this.
You might be able to get it
personality.
cleansed in Mirladar.
I already tried. It didn't work.
Yeah. Anyone else getting weird hairs in the back of the neck vibes going on right now?
Oh, yeah,
Asher
make
just
sure you
looks
don't bite
very,
anyone.
I've had that feeling for like the past 6 months.
You should probably shave.
I should probably go to therapy or drink more.
Well, look, if we're trying to get in the head of this moon, we don't want to be in 6 inches of water when it happens. I mean, I'm floating, but you know what I mean. So
we also don't want to be in
it's probably better
Mirladar
that
when
it
it
happens
happens.
while we're... Yeah, exactly. It's probably better that it happens while we're on the way, rather than in Mirladar.
All right, well, if there's any place then, I mean, you're welcome to stay here, but about an hour or two back that way, I don't want to go back that way. And I don't want to go that way.
I don't want to go back there.
Yeah, I'm going to go that
I don't want
way.
to go back there either.
So,
Yeah, I say we head towards Mirladar, and then before we get to Mirladar, we wait out the full moon, so that way we're not dealing with that situation inside the city. And Asher's going to turn to Amicia. He's like, Amicia, it's Amicia, right?
Yes, it's Amicia.
I don't know how to put this delicately, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's gonna come across as being a dick. On the night that we know it's going to be a full moon, would you be opposed to being restrained, so that way the beast doesn't hurt anyone?
How do you plan
Or
to
get
restrain
you
me?
hurt?
Do you have silver chains?
We have a bunch of fucking rope.
That's not gonna stop it.
That's not gonna work.
We
I'm
have
telling you,
silver spikes.
all we have to do is use the Eustace's spell. We all stay inside for the night and let them do their wolf thing.
but
We
won't,
have
but won't
silver
Amy
spikes.
run away?
Yeah, couldn't she run off? Oh, they run the beast, because I don't want. There's apparently different people. Run off and potentially hurt other people, innocent people.
I mean,
All right.
We do have silver. And he pulls out his one barb from Anahel.
I got an idea. Hold on. As I roll a 19 on my investigation, as Gregory kind of looks you up and down and looks at the bag that you hold, recognizes some of the mechanism itself. I assume that's a bag of holding you have on you?
are you
Me?
talking to
Oscar?
me or Amy?
I'm talking to Amy.
I have a bag of holding on, yes.
How wide is the opening on it?
I believe it specifies, but I don't have my fucking Artificer tab open, I'm sorry.
How big? Anyone else have a bag of holding in this party? And how big is it?
I think it's
do.
different. The one that the Artificer can make is different than the one that you can get just as a regular magic item. So
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we
Mine's
can
the
fit
very
Mine's the
basic
big
one.
one. Mine's the backpack one.
the backpack, so we can, if we roll her up like a taquito, we can probably squeeze her in there. I could fashion up some sort of breathing apparatus. We can just shove it in there, and then cinch the top.
If she tears it, it's destroyed. Hell no.
And I'll get lost inside the void. I'm not doing that.
Oh no, that's
Well,
easy. All I have to do is
technically,
think
just
of
dump
you
that.
and
out.
reach down and pull you out.
Hey, Tico, listen. I know something that might help.
Apparently, it's identical to a bag of holding. Actually,
Yeah.
interesting. I thought it was
Infusions?
different.
Do we
Yeah.
have any sort of raw meat, like chicken, or can we get some?
I might have
Can
a.
we
I'm
hunt up-
sure I could acquire.
I might have a
some.
dried ration or two.
No. This has to be fresh raw meat. All right.
I can probably acquire us some.
All right. Here's what we need to do. On the night of the full moon, what's your name? Amy?
Amicia.
Amicia. Take some rope and the raw meat out to the woods. You'll make a kind of trail with the meat. Rub it on the ground, rub it on some trees, particularly in a circle pattern where you're away from people. Then you'll put the piece of meat as high up in a tree as you possibly can. The beast in
I'm not
you
a fucking bear. I have more intelligence than that.
The beast in you will search for the meat. And it might just circle the trees in the area you rub the meat on, trying to find it.
The beast isn't interested in eating. It's interested in hunting.
All right, fine. Then let me follow up. Then let me ask a question. You said you've been like this for almost 2 months. What did you do the last time?
There was nobody around. The undead in the area were easy enough prey, and that kept it mostly sated.
I have an idea.
It's you don't understand. It's not eating. It's hunting for sport.
Just likes to kill.
I have an idea. What if we did the whole meat trail thing, and we say I just wounded an animal, not killed it outright, but then staked it up for her to be able to hunt something, and it's an animal that we have already not necessarily incapacitated, but wounded, lamed, to where she can have something to hunt, but won't necessarily lead her too far, and could potentially satiate the feeling.
This is a thing. This is a whole thing we have to work around, huh?
I tell you what, I got it.
Or just trap her in your house.
I was just gonna say that. What if I unfurl the balloon, I take the metal housing, and I just reinforce the hatch? That's a solid metal sphere.
Just turn it upside down.
How long will that take you to make? I could probably help.
Well, with the repairs that I need to make on it, I won't be able to fix the balloon, which means I have to buy the repairs at Mirladar. I won't be able to tap into my own little stuff. If you guys can help me,
anyway, so it's
if you guys can help me with the cost of those repairs when we get to Mirladar, I could use the scraps that I have now that Oscar wanted to steal from me.
I thought we decided that we weren't going to make it to Mirladar in time.
You're right. This is after the fact. You see, I
wanted to steal from you.
I am what I call a genius. You see, I make stuff and I make some cool things. You haven't seen it yet. It's quite a remarkable piece.
Apparently, your inventions are only helpful later, not in the now.
I am great.
Yeah, we need something helpful for tomorrow, Gregory. I like where you're going with it, but we need something to be able to see in for tomorrow.
I was helping you. The hull is intact. We don't need the balloon part. The hull is intact.
Yeah, but he just said we need to go to Mirladar in order to fix that.
No. He's talking about the repairs for later. He's not talking about this thing. He's talking about...
Oh, he's completely changed the subject.
Gregory, would you be able to...
He can use the pieces that he was going to use to repair to do this instead. And then now he's asking us for money.
I see. Okay.
Our money.
I mean, I think we're kind of even with giving you the Remoraz heart.
I should remind you, it was
a
1,000
substantial
gold.
amount of money. And I get it. It helped all of us stay alive. It helped you stay alive, too.
You also almost blew me up, like,
you have been
20 minutes ago.
And you would have been up a creek without a paddle if the rocks had attacked and we hadn't been there.
But you're saying, like, if you fall and I pull a health potion off your belt to get you back into the mix, you're going to charge me for it?
No, I would consider a square. That's what the health potion is there for, is to get me back up. The Rimraz heart we were planning on selling, but we had to use it for what it
Or
wasn't
using it as an
intended for.
enchantment.
So that means we're square.
No, because the health potion that I bought was specifically for being used to get someone back up. So you're just using it for its intended purpose.
All right. We're getting off track here. Look,
was used to
why
drive a
don't-
nail.
why don't we just tap into her primitive being? Why don't we get some rest during the day, and at night, we run for it and have her chase us?
And
I'd
if
be
she
willing.
is one of us,
If
You
she
guys-
bites us, then we're fucked.
You guys can stay safe in the tent. I'll run.
I think
You're not
that's a
fast
terrible
enough.
idea. Jesus Christ.
Oscar,
Oh my God.
You know a spell that can protect us at night, right?
I mean,
I like how
Eustace's
Fate has been
spell-
completely
Eustace's
silent this
bubble
entire
would,
conversation.
Eustace's bubble would do that enough. It won't let
Eustace would
anything-
finally chime in now and be like, I'd say we just put the bubble down and let it run free. What the hell could go wrong?
that's. I have to agree with Eustace on this. That sounds like the best possible solution.
That's what I
So,
said. Go ahead
I
and
don't
use
want to. I don't want to ruin everybody's. Is it metagaming if I remind us ruling on a spell?
No, I mean,
What?
it depends if you think it's
What?
game breaking.
It's not gonna break the game, but this plan's not gonna work out the way they think it will. If I, what's the
well,
spell
let's
name?
find out.
What you're talking about?
What's the spell named? Okay, fine, we'll find out. I'll let it go.
Leave
It's
it
tiny
tiny
butts.
hut
You can
and
decide who can have access to be able to cross in or out of it.
What's
Yeah.
the name of the spell? I just wanna know.
Tiny hut.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I got it.
Leave it
Luren's
tiny hut.
Tiny Hut.
I'm just gonna type in tiny hut and see if it comes up.
Yeah, it's also
It-
supposed to-
Leoman's tiny hut. Got it. Okay.
Now I'm reading it because I'm curious.
If he says, hey, you're not allowed in here, then nothing can get inside of it.
that's
Bad.
not true. I know what the ruling is.
It says other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through this dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is dry and comfortable, blah blah blah, in regards to the weather outside. Until the spell ends, you command the interior to become dimly lit or dark. The dome is opaque from the outside, any color you choose, but it can be transparent from the inside. 9 creatures of medium size will fit inside what you use. Spell fails if the area is large creature, more than 9 creatures. Yeah, no, it's immovable.
Yeah, and if Eustace says for that night, Amicia can't get into it, or the beast can't get into it, or it's not one of us that he's allowed into it, then she can't get in.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they could literally stop a dragon from getting inside unless they dispelled it.
That is true.
You know, I mean, to me, as
We
far
could
as
put a
rules-
leash on her, and we can tie the rope to a tree, and hopefully that delays the beast, so it won't get too far away.
No, yeah, all right, cool. No,
Gotcha.
that's
Okay.
So yeah, all right. If that's all we got, but we're burning some sun here, guys.
I imagined we were talking and walking.
What I mean is,
No, Gregory stopped walking, and everybody had to just kind of deal with it.
I would have kept on walking with that guy.
He would have tied a rope around you guys and water skied.
Yeah.
But-
Forces you guys to stop. I have an idea.
But sure, and as this continues, you guys finally make it to just outside the bog. The ground becomes, although moist and dank and mossy, and the humidity around these parts is still quite there. But occasionally, through the sparseness of the trees, you would be able to see the thinning of the tree line, and it seems to lead into open territory, and that's when nightfall hits. With a mighty yawn, a small as Gregory yawns and it damn near echoes through the trees. Anyone hungry?
I could use a bite.
I feel like we should exit the forest before we, or at least put some space between us and the forest before we camp.
All right, but not too long. My legs hurt.
Frog, if Asher's like looking around, can I find anywhere close that would be a good campsite for us outside of the bog?
Yeah, I mean the bog is well past at this point. You know, we're at the edge of the trees, and it's turned into more of a foresty, a thinner forest. But yeah, I mean, you are in the valley now. So what you're looking at right now is basically some grasslands with like think of Scottish Highland kind of feel. You know, you got some rocks, you got some
So
grass.
sparse trees,
Yeah.
foothills.
Correct. So I'm sure there's a crag or something, a little crater that you could probably dip in. That would make you feel a bit more secure than just standing here on the edge of the trees. Yes.
Off over there is a good spot for us to camp at.
All right, let's go. You start making your way to that general direction, and you pop a squat and begin to make the proverbial camp. Gregory pulls out a meat stick from his pouches and begins to munch with his mouth open.
Would y'all like me to try and go out and see if I can find us any fresh food?
I can assist if you need it.
Sure. Yeah. I didn't want to hop with you in a while.
Well, she did say she's a hunter.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Do you prefer to walk together or walk somewhat separately?
We can walk together until we pick up a trail and then split off. And Asher kind of just starts taking point and looking around, you know, trying to find any game trails or anything like that.
All right. And she's going to follow.
Do I need to roll anything, Frog?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I have a tool for this, and I was hoping to find it before the awkward silent part.
Okay.
Well, while he's doing that, Thermal's just gonna sit down in the campsite and work on his halberd a little bit more, do some tweaking to it, adjust some of the fit-ins and everything.
Absolutely, and the weapon responds to you as you are quite skillful with this. Fucking name was Eustace, right? Eustace, you take a look over the camp. You got those two that had left to go hunting. You got Gregory kind of mouth open munching on a hickory stick. You got the dwarf is kind of fucking around with his weapon. It's kind of awkwardly silent in camp right now. You see Kane and Oscar doing whatever it is that they're doing. What's Eustace all about at this moment in time?
Eustace is just, he's tending to the campsite, so he got a collection of wood going, like some small pieces, big pieces,
Holy shit, Useless is being useful.
Eustace has been pretty useful. I mean,
Eustace is like keeping us alive the last two combats here.
Well, Asher was like, this guy might be okay. He's been with us for a little bit. The newness is wore off.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of the wood for the day, and then after that, I'm just gonna look around and see how much light's in the air and what time it is.
It's dusk at this point. The stars are out. I would say what little moon is viewable from here is the slightest little sliver of God's fingernail in the sky. Or excuse me, not God's fingernail. You would see just like the darkness around the rim is about it. Like tomorrow's actually going to be a full moon. So that light will cascade down and bright enough where you can see your own shadow on the ground.
Awesome. Well, Eustace is going to do a bit of writing tonight then, as he waits for the potential food to come back. We're going to write up a scroll for something I'm going to try and do later. I'm going to write up mage armor. I want to make a mage armor scroll from my spell book into a scroll.
Sure. Can you PM me the cost, value, and time you need just to kind of save me the time while...
I think there's no cost value. Is there gold value to create a scroll?
I believe it's, for first level, it's 50 gold, if I remember correctly. It's either 50 or 25. It takes, I believe, 2 hours per spell level.
Isn't that to copy it into the spell book, or is he actually making it
No, I'm talking
a
about
scroll?
me and Frog went through a bunch of because Oscar was originally going to be a scroll like crafter, and stuff. So this is something I remember from previously. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's and then yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the general things for it. You need to be able to you need to have the ability to use the spell in some way. Um, and yeah, like I said, I believe it's like 25 or 50 gold
Yeah,
per
there's a
for a
specific
level 2.
in the player's handbook. There's a whole section
Oh no,
on.
it's a day. It takes a day for a first level, like 8 hours for a first level spell, and it takes 3 days for a second level.
Yeah, it's all there, including the gold value as well. It's in the PHP, so you'll be able to find it. I'm sure you can do a Google search and find it. All right, so
Well, would it be more than to buy it from a store? I assume, right?
No,
well,
it'd probably be cheaper.
so what you're doing is because you know the spell, you want to put it on a scroll, so then you can unlearn it and have something else in place and have it on the back burner as a scroll. Is that what you're saying?
No, I just want the scroll handy because I may try and use it to create a different item with at another time, if
That's
possible,
fine.
etc.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, so you would still follow the transcribing rules that are in the PHP.
Yeah, so if you spent a whole night, you could probably make it.
Well, if you're spending the whole 8 hours on a long rest, that means you're not going to get.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm just gonna start it up. I'm gonna start it, and I'm gonna eat and sleep as normal. So what?
So
Like
I'm
3-4
going to
hours.
assume I'm going to assume you already have the proper ink, the quill pen, just because that's kind of your character. So I like to just say you have that stuff.
If you don't, Oscar can hook you up.
No, I have a bag of sand, I have a parchment, and I have an ink pen, and I have an ink bottle. And I've never used them before.
Perfectly fucking fine, 100%. So yeah, totally, you can start doing that. Just once again, type me on the DMs on the time, the money, and I'll put a note in for you and make sure we keep track of that. Awesome. So you see Kane, you see Eustace start to use his quill pen by bright moonlight as you stand there overlooking the entire crater that you guys are kind of standing in right now, with a little bit of a rocky lip that just kind of lurches forward over the side of this little crater that you've hunkered down in. The pit fire in the middle crackles and creates those half-faced shadows on your party members.
Hey, Kane.
Yeah.
So I had an idea for something to do once we get into Miladar, and so Oscar takes out the I'm just gonna call them Anahel shards for myself, the Anahel shard, I want to craft these into a weapon. Okay. That's why I was asking homeboy over here if he could let me borrow some of his like precious metals, because I thought that would help with doing that kind of thing. And I also have a couple other items, and like he takes like some stuff out of his bag that I think would be useful in the crafting of it. Do you you seem to be the individual of the party before I got here that is the most, learned and experienced working with or dealing with like magical creatures or anything like that. Would you happen to have any you know any items or any like materials or something like that that might help? Any spoils of war?
I have nothing. I don't have anything that could help with that, no.
Okay. How about you, Thermal? You like are a smith yourself. I have some experience smithing, though I'm probably not as good as you or one of the professionals. Do you know any? Do you think? And he pulls out the obsidian chunk. I also almost forgot. as he brings out the obsidian chunk and the Anahel shard, he's like, he pulls out his spell book, and after he asked Thermal that, and while he's listening, he begins to start the ritual process to cast Identify on these things, because he's forgotten to do that this entire time.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know much about working glass.
Oh, there's silver.
No, that's not the
I
obsidian.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
I don't know much about working glass. I'm not sure the properties. I mean, I can maybe experiment with one of the axe heads, but that's about it. Might destroy one of the axe heads in process.
Maybe I'll wait then. And like as I said, like he's still like, because the ritual takes like 11
Yep.
minutes. It's like, okay.
How many axes do you have left?
I believe I had 3. Let me check my bag. There's one on his back right now.
There was 6. You would have had half of them because I took 3 myself.
Okay, so yeah, I have 3 of them. He like pulls like that. He pulls up the handles from the back holding, and just lets them drop back and puts them back down. Yeah, I have 3 of them. I'm guessing. I mean, I'm for sure gonna at least sell one of these things, because these things are definitely worth money. And if we're gonna like, and like Oscar's like thinking about Mueller, he's like, yeah, they're gonna definitely have like a lot of good gear that'll help us survive.
Well, you should definitely keep some of them to harvest ironwood if you're taking that back to your town.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna sell all of them.
I have one additional one besides the one I crafted onto my halberd as I hold it up that I'm working on. I'll experiment with mine maybe once we get a decent forge.
Okay. I'm planning on reaching out to a divine smith once we get to Mirladar. I would say companions, or in some form, with one of their great generals, who was also a very divine man. He's part of the reason why I'm in the position I'm in now. So, given that there was such a man there, I'm sure there'll be some smith there with that is both powerful in the divine arts as well as the forge. And I'm gonna try to find the best one possible, because I want to make this a masterpiece upon masterpieces. For, I don't have a lot of things to remember past comrades, and this is something that could stick around a little bit longer than they did. Also, we had a bit of kinship there. They were a weird angel thing. I'm a weird angel thing.
Question, Oscar. How many of those feathers of Anahels do you have?
I only have. Was it 3 or 4?
You took one originally, and then you wanted a couple, like 3 or 4 more, because there was a total of 18.
Yeah,
oh,
I think
okay.
I have 4. I think I have 4.
Yeah.
Can I take a look at one?
Yeah. Asher has the rest of them.
You hand him.
I'm not planning on using all of them. By the way.
You hand him the silver barb-like appendage that was harvested from Anahel's wings, and it's very much in the shape and design of an angelic feather of sorts, but it's pure metal. It's a lighter metal. It to your touch, it feels a little bit on the softer side of the metals. It does appear very clean, almost mirrored in a way. And it's fucking sharp considering the situation.
You said it's soft?
It does appear to be it's not a heavy metal. It doesn't feel like steel.
It's
it
like porous, almost.
I wouldn't say porous. I would say very mirrored, like very, very sleek.
I try and bend it.
Athletics.
Athletics. Okay.
Like, see, go shit.
No, what have you done?
17.
You start to try to bend it, and just as you see it start to flex just slightly, you feel a liquid in your hand.
Look at my hand.
Blood. It's yours.
Oh, okay.
Cut yourself, homeboy.
I cut myself.
Angel didn't like that.
But it did flex, alright?
Slightly. Ever so slightly.
Hey, I was planning on using my blood for the weapon, not yours.
No, that's not why I did that. Also, me bleeding's nothing new, so.
Once again, like I said, it's a very light metal. It's very mirrored and sleek, and it definitely it is quite lovely. It's fucking angel wing.
Can I do an investigation to kind of see how well, just kind of judging its properties, how well of a weapon this would make?
It cut you, and you know
any sharp metal can cut.
Fair enough. I mean, you know what? If you put a handle on it, you think it'd make a fancy dagger.
I mean, I'm not sure what kind of weapon this is going to make.
What's your metallurgy like, out of character? What is your... I think I'm picking up what you're throwing down. I just don't know how much to give. So I would say this. What kind of histories do you have with metals and alloys as a blood hunter?
Well, I know what kind of... Knowing what kind of metals like hurt things like werewolves and stuff like that.
Okay.
Different metallurgy.
You've sold. That is your background. You feel as if this barb is very much in line with silvered material.
Or I might make a decent silvered weapon, considering who we got traveling with us. That might be prudent. Hand it back. Also, are the wings the feathers he have, are they relatively about the same length?
I'm sorry, what's the same length? Each feather?
Like each feather that Oscar has.
Yes, 100%.
They're the ones that like if you look at a bird's wing, they're the really long dorsal feathers at the very bottom of the wing, so that they would create a blade as if it was like one solid kind of.
Out of character, that was actually a benefit I was giving Annahel before she died, that she would be able to attack with her wings. That's what
she never got to do it, though.
She never got to do it because she fucking died.
Yeah. And I'm still sad. I'm still salty about it because Frog gave me a magic weapon and I never got to fucking use it. I'm so frustrated.
Listen, Annahel, don't worry. Oscar's gonna put your feathers to good use.
And
eventually,
by the way, just for putting all that elements together, Kane, I'd like to give you DM inspiration because that was pretty crafty.
Thank you.
What did my identify?
They would glow as some sort of a divine, at least the silvery barbs. But like I said, it's more just a divine glow, almost as if it was created by pure divination, as far as magical properties go.
Okay, so there's no okay. Do they have any like innate capabilities?
Identify, as far as your identify magic, or this is purely identify?
This is the identify spell.
Identify spell itself. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. It looks like this is made of pure, holy energy in solid form. That's honestly what I can give you.
Okay, no, that's fine. That works.
They had. Okay. They had like essentially weapon or silver dagger statistics on them. At least when I had them.
And it's gonna carry those properties over. Full disclosure. The issue is he trying to identify is it like a +2 or is it the feathery silvery barb of go fuck yourself?
No. That's not what I'm trying to.
They're
what I'm trying to do.
I feel like the only thing that's holding them back from being actual daggers is the lack of handle.
Correct.
They're like
Yeah, no,
just a
that's-
blade and nothing else to hold on to.
Don't worry. The plus the plus 1, 2, 3 blah blah stuff comes from the crafting, not from the materials. I wasn't trying to do that. I just want to know like if there was anything I should know about it before I
Yeah, I
proceed.
gotcha.
And what about the obsidian chunk? Does it tell me?
The
What does it tell
obsidian
me about
chunk
that?
actually is identify. So it has no magic aura about it. It's a black glass-like rock that seems to be harder than diamond. And that's really all the identify spell is going to give you.
Okay,
You
no,
know what I
that's,
mean? It's
that's good
almost
enough.
what you
Harder
would pick
than
up.
diamond.
What I'll give you is this: what you feel when you do this spell. You know the way things normally register with you. It's almost as if like your identify spell has a Rolodex of everything in the world, right? And you feel as if someone pulled this out of the Rolodex and it's missing. You know what I mean? Like it's almost as
Okay.
if it's like that's weird. It was right here. At least it should be here alphabetically, but it's not.
That's cool. No, that would make Oscar more curious and more like, this heavy thing is. Oh, this is definitely going into the dagger. You're gonna be in the core. He drops on.
I will say this, Oscar. I'd be careful what you mix into this weapon. Different metals. Different materials can weaken whatever weapon you try to make.
I was thinking about trying to get mithril because it's considered a very pure metal.
It's considered a very light metal. Honestly, it depending on what you're trying to make. If you're just trying to make a dagger, you could just take a handle and shove one of those feathers into it, and you'd be good to go.
That's not what.
If you're trying to make something a bit more substantial, like a long sword or something more like my sword, you might need more feathers. Now,
I
if
was
you're
thinking
trying,
like a dagger or like a short sword is that, and like we're talking about like the what I would like it to do. Um, Both Anahel and I have like divine energy that we exude that can be used against enemies. So I wanted to try to do that as well as utilize and like he like his hand like begins to glow. And if I was to fully utilize this, I can heal wounds. Actually, you know what? Before I rest, and he's like, ah! He heals himself because he's still like
Go ahead.
at half health.
Yeah, no, roll it out here. And I don't want to be a dick
No,
when I
it's
say
just
this.
flat.
As far as what we're crafting and what shape it's going to be in, I'm not going to say it's irrelevant, but it's definitely something that we can carry over.
Depend on the roll.
Yeah, I don't want to burn too much of our hours just discussing the shape and style of whatever it is we're crafting. But I will absolutely say you guys have a detailed conversation as far as hey, you should mix it with this and sprinkle some fucking oregano on it or something. I don't know, like just totally like. You know what I mean? Totally come up with these interesting concepts and ideas, and you can absolutely take that to text if you want to get really intricate with it. That's fine. That's perfectly cool. But as you guys are talking, and Eustace is just kind of scribbling away, Thermal's fucking around once again his axe head. You guys continue to burn light. Gregory, who is practically sleeping at this point on an empty stomach, we pull the camera to Asher and Amy.
New best friends.
As you
Asher's new
stray
girlfriend.
away about, let's just say, 2 to 3 football fields away at this point, side by side, but keeping each other company, to the most part, in the almost full moonlight. Amy, can you just give me a wisdom save, just for my own personal amusement?
You could call them the A-team.
Oh, you got a 21 for your wisdom save.
That was a nat 20, yeah.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Okay, so Asher, I would assume we're not completely silent here. You may correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming some light banter back and forth as you kind of keep your ears open, keep your eyes open, looking down on the ground.
Yeah.
Why don't you roll me a survival check, please? And with advantage, because with advantage, yeah.
All right. Before I roll, there's one thing I wanted to RP kind of real quick.
Sure.
I'll do it as I'm rolling.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amicia, can you see at night? You're a human, right? Caleb, she's a human.
Yeah, she is
Right,
human.
he knows we
For
can't
now.
normally see at night.
For now, yes.
Does your trait give you the ability to see at night, or are you walking around just by moonlight?
When I'm as the werewolf, I believe I can.
As a human right now, in your human form.
As a human right now, I do not. I don't believe.
On a side note,
I can't see shit.
On a side note, this moon is quite bright tonight, so I'm not going to say it's sunlight out. Definitely dim.
Yeah.
But it's a clear dim. You know what I mean? I'm still going to give you your visual range.
All right. My survival was a 23, and then whenever she says that, Asher's like, "Well, I'll see if I can do something to help you with that." And he'll touch her shoulder gently, and he says a quiet prayer to the Wild Mother, and casts Eyes of the Night, or not really. He doesn't cast it; it's an ability he gets as a cleric. He uses his Eyes of the Night ability. As long as you stay within 10 feet of me, like your character would blink, I'm assuming, for a second, because all of a sudden you have dark vision out to 300 feet for an hour.
Wow, this is amazing. I've never had this kind of experience before.
I think I have my goddess smiled upon me and gave me some blessings.
As you grace the pure vision at this moment, both of you guys, almost at the exact same time, kind of meet your eyes at a specific location, about 2 to 3 feet in front of both of you. In general chat, I put a picture of what you see in rapid succession, heading away from your current location.
And Asher identified the footprints.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming they're deer.
I'll tell you what. Let's let the dice decide if you know. Let's go with get another survival check.
Not a deer.
More resistance.
At advantage or regular?
You're a hunter. She's a hunter. Yeah, why not? Advantage is fine. And
Okay.
she's native to the area too, it seems.
Ooh, only a 15.
I was looking for 13. These look like wild razorback boar prints.
This could be a dangerous one. I don't know if we should track it.
It could be. I've taken down boar before, but not from this area. I'm from further. The Empire, the Dwarvish lands in the Empire's border would be north of us, correct? Because that's where Asher's from.
Northeast.
Other side of the Whitestone Mountains. So
Yeah, northeast.
I'm more from the northeast area of the world. We could try, though. I mean, pork is delicious. And he pats his quivers of arrows. I've got plenty.
Don't you hunt boar with spears and hounds?
I mean, if you want to do it the traditional way, yeah, but you can take them down with a longbow. Me and my dad had done it before. You just got to know where you're aiming.
If you say so. If you say so.
Give it a shot.
Absolutely. And you make your way in that general direction, and what looks to be like 2 to 3 sets. One of them veers off, the other 3 are that way. You continue to follow, and they get thinner and thinner and thinner as you start tracking down. You have a choice: the small tracks, the 2x2 tracks, or the big tracks.
The smaller tracks are off on their own.
Small tracks went that way. 2 tracks side by side went straight, and let's just say the bigger tracks went left.
And they're all the boar tracks.
They all seem to be the same, correct?
I say we try and track the smaller one. It would be a little bit easier, and we don't necessarily need that much meat.
I agree.
Alright, before we go, I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace on us. Gives us a +10 to our stealth checks for an hour.
like you need it, but yes, absolutely.
Well, Ashton's doing it mostly because he doesn't know how sneaky Amicia is, so...
Like a silent fart in the wind. Absolutely. You make your way in that direction. It kind of wraps around one of the crags. And with the rocky outcropping and the way the moonlight shadows it all, and it has this awesome kind of shadowy texture. You kind of could look at the wall of rocks. And if you were to squint a little bit with the moonlight and the shadows, you swore you could see like shadowy faces just kind of littered out naturally in this terrain wall here. It's quite lovely. And that's where you hear it. You hear, I don't know if my microphone's going to pick it up because...
Good night.
Yeah, buddy, buddy.
Just...
See you tomorrow, okay? I don't know if my microphone, I'll try it. You hear the sound of like a...
Okay.
That wasn't that bad.
It's a hidden talent.
Good job.
Sounds like we're getting close.
It actually seems to be echoing from what seems like a small hole in the wall.
Are we approaching from the direction of the wind?
Yeah, are we upwind or downwind of it?
I'll tell you what. Let's find out. Let's find out. I did not expect that question. Let's go with a D100. If it's above 51, you have the wind at your back. If it's below 50, you have the wind at your zippers.
That changes.
70. So you have the wind at your back.
We need to possibly go around to get the wind and blow it towards us.
With your pass it out trace, I'm not gonna even have you. It's a fucking bore. So, you make your way. You take 10 minutes to stealthily kind of move around the opposite side. You're in a much better vantage point. In fact, it's you're more in line with the actual hole opening. And once again, that sound. Come on. Okay.
But it's in a hole, you said?
You hear the echoing sounds coming from what looks to be a little cubby hole in that wall.
We're gonna need to flush it out.
I have an idea. It's kind of stupid, but it could be fun. Things can't see me in the dark very well. And for just a moment, Amicia, you lose your ability to see Asher with your dark vision.
You just do that at will?
Back. We kind of like with his Gloomstalker thing, we've kind of said...
No, I know, that was in character, I apologize.
Okay. It's an ability I have as a ranger. I'm really good at hunting things at night, and if you have the ability to see in the dark, you can't see me unless I want you to.
Alright, well... Is that going to work on a boar?
I could sneak in and try and drive it out.
If this doesn't work, you realize there's not much I'm going to be able to do to protect you or help you.
I'll be alright. As he remembers, stood down two massive fucking lizard folk and just said, "I didn't hear no bell."
So you're making your way towards the hole?
Yeah, Asher's gonna he's not just waltzing into the hole, but he's gonna stealth up to it, kind of peek inside, see what he can see. He's not an idiot.
There is no issues. You make your way to the hole, and you definitely hear the grunting coming once again from that hole. The hole is below your waistline. The hole itself is, Vietnam crawl.
Okay. I thought it was like a bigger opening,
it's not a
small
cave.
tunnel.
It's a little hole in the wall.
In that case, that actually gives Asher a better idea. Is it like a hole in stone, or is it like brush?
A little bit of both. It seems to be like ragweed and shit in front, but it looks like it was dug through. It looks like it was made by a creature. This creature, who knows, but it's like a cubby hole in the wall. Even using your dark vision, you can't see all the way down it because it seems to curve a little bit.
Okay. Seeing that a little bit closer, he's actually going to go back to where Amicia is. I'm imagining she's a couple yards back. I've got an idea to drive it out. hole, and this is, we're whispering. It's part of its hole that it's dug out has brush around it. I'm gonna light a torch and try and catch some of that brush on fire to get that to drive it out of its den, and then we hit it. And then you have a light crossbow or something on you, don't you? He'd kind of look down at your crossbow just to make sure that thing's ready, or whatever else you use to fuck shit up. And then he just walks off, and I'll go back to the hole and strike it. And whenever we're ready,
Yeah, you do so.
try and catch it on fire. And then immediately stabbing the fuck back with my fucking crazy amount of movement I have.
You got it. All right, so you initiate your plan.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly gets the attention of this creature, and it begins to make its way out of the hole.
And Asher has his longbow ready from about probably 30 feet away from the hole, off to like the side, doing like a little bit of an L-shaped ambush on it.
Yep, absolutely. As this creature, and you said you're putting the torch where now? With the fire?
What I'm doing is I'm striking the torch and then like sticking it into like the weeds to catch that part on fire.
Okay.
And then stepping back into the dark on the other side of it, like at the edge of the light.
Yeah, gotcha. The squealing begins to happen as this smaller sized boar, razorback, the thick wiry fur on its back just kind of like, it seems to be definitely skittering and scared, but is definitely within your line of sight at this point.
I imagine that as soon as we see it, we both just volley fire
Sure,
into
why
it.
don't you both roll your attack? 2 nat ones.
Mine was bad.
I rolled a 14.
What was yours, Caleb?
11.
Sweet. The boar's AC is only an 11. So absolutely, boom, boom, as both of your shots make purchase. This creature.
I'm going to use my piercer feat to re-roll my 1.
Sure.
That's better. I rolled a 6 for damage.
Yeah, it's a boar. It's fucking gone. It's dead. As it collapses and under its own momentum slides like 6 inches.
I just imagine one crossbow bolt between the eyes and another one like an arrow in the side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome. Do you bring the boar home?
Oh yeah. Asher will walk back over there. He'll kind of like stamp out the weeds that were on fire. He's not trying to like burn the grasslands down. The wild mother would be pissed.
As you stomping the brush and getting rid of the light, you start to hear what sounds like hooves kind of darting off into the distance. But you get your kill, and you make your way back to camp where the rest of the party. Gregory's already fucking gone, so no meat for Gregory apparently. But you'll see, Oscar, Kane still talking about like weapon ideas and silvery, weapons and mixtures of metals with alloys and blah 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 blah. You got the dwarf who's still just fucking around with his shit, making it tighter, honing his craft and weapon. And then I'm assuming at this point, Eustace, you're wrapping up your writing for the evening.
Oh, yep. I'll be wrapping my writing for the evening. Be like, oh, guys are back. Let me get the fire started for you.
Before we get back to camp, could we rewind a little bit? There was a little bit of like RP I kind of wanted to have with Amicia.
Theoretically, I was thinking we could RP a little bit while we were cleaning it in the woods, and then bring back what's actually used.
That's kind of what I was thinking. So while we're both cleaning it, right after we get done, like Asher offers you like a fist bump, of like good job.
She's gonna be like kind of weirded out. She's not familiar with the fist bump.
It's like a high five.
Or camaraderie.
And he does like he shows you like what a fist bump is, and it's like good job, we did good.
Dap me up, brah.
As we're starting to clean it, he's gonna start talking to you about like so Amicia, what's your story? What got you other than being a wolf? What got you out here?
Well, really, that's the only reason I am out here.
Calling everybody fucking replacements in the heat of the moment, so he's trying to
make up for it. I'm not out here because I want to be. I left my home because of this affliction. I don't want to hurt anybody. But I had kind of a life set up. I was being looked at by the Holy Empire as becoming a master smith, and I was due to leave in a couple weeks to start kind of training with more sophisticated materials and features. But then this happened to me, and now I'm out here.
I can understand that. I didn't plan on being in this situation either. So you were a smith?
I was. I learned most from my father, but my mother was also a very gifted alchemist, and the two of them together taught me all of my accumulated knowledge. And
well, that's something we have in common. I learned how to do all this, and he kind of gestures towards like the hog we cleaned so far, and hunting from my dad. I grew up in a small hunting village, a small village, name of Ripton, on the border of where the Holy Empire and like the Dwarven lands, whatever the hell it is now that the empires fell. Area. We made a living off of hunting and selling stuff. We were lucky enough to be close to not a major trade route, but one of the minor ones, and so we could make some coin that way. And I didn't ever plan on leaving, but I was the oldest of 3 children. It's all in my backstory, Frog.
Gotcha. I'm listening.
And he kind of opens up a little bit about, I came out here to so my siblings get a better life. I joined a mercenary band, and then some shit went sideways, and now I'm here with this band of people. The only one I really truly know, kind of, is Kane, the guy that's missing an eye and an ear. Eustace isn't too bad. He's a little happy with his fireball, but he's not a bad guy.
I'm more worried about the one who keeps trying to oust me as a werewolf.
Yeah, he's a newer addition to our group, and he's only been with us for about
Probably like a week
and a half. About a week and a half with us, and I still am not sure. I don't know him that well. He's came in handy. He's been useful in a fight. He's a little eccentric, I believe is the word people would use.
Well,
wow.
As long as he doesn't try to.
As long as he doesn't try to kill me.
To be fair, I don't have a problem. I don't want this to come off rude. I don't have a problem with you, and I understand, we all get things thrusted upon us, but I don't necessarily know if I can trust you yet either.
Well, I don't necessarily trust all of you. I mean, I understand that I'm a dangerous person, but I mean...
Well, we're all dangerous. It's just you have something that can be, from what I understand, spread to others.
I do. It's absolutely fair.
And it's not fair that it's not under your control, but I think we should probably get back to the camp now before this raw meat starts attracting unwanted attention. And Frog gets fancy.
It might. There are the thing that attacked me. I guess you call it a werewolf. It survived, and I'm sure that it's not a solitary hunter. Or at least wolves aren't, so I wouldn't expect a werewolf to be either.
If it makes you feel any better, we can add that to the list of things to hunt down and kill. We have a long list of... Yeah. I still haven't
Well,
worked. I want to
if
kill.
it's anything like me, I don't want to kill it. I want to help it.
That's fair. And now we go back to camp.
You make your way to camp. Is there anyone that wishes to RP anything at this point in time, or are we taking our long rest here?
Fire's going, and we cast, and I ritual cast, and everyone spends the night inside the bubble.
Beautiful. What did I say your bubble was? A D10?
D10.
D10? Alright, so go ahead and take your long rest, gentlemen, and give yourself that extra D10. Remember, we're doing the old, normal long rest rules now, so typical long rest.
I'm at full health for the first time in a while. Booyah!
We didn't die.
We did it, yeah. Let us see, Mo.
Let's do it.
Roll a D10.
Let's do it.
I got a 7.
We did
That
it.
game.
I haven't played it, but I've seen clips and
I need to finish it. It's really good.
All right. And while you just wrap all that shit up, because I want to get us to our story beats for the evening, as you guys cross the plains and the hills here, the occasional carrion buzzard, some wildlife, maybe a herd of wild horses just kind of trampling out in the distance as you see their dust and debris kind of get kicked up, leaving just trails of thunder and earth just radiating like a screeching car pulling out of a derby race or something. As you can tell, I'm not a NASCAR fan. So you continue. The day passes. Conversations happen. Gregory acknowledges that and reminds throughout the entirety of the day that the full moon is coming. Hopefully everything goes according to plan, things like that. So let's just, for sake of time, fast forward. It's about an hour before nightfall on the next day.
If we still need me to be the huntee, I can. Or the hunted, I should say.
No.
I think we should just stay in the bubble.
Yeah, if we stay in the bubble, and provided Amy doesn't find a way in, we should be good.
Would you all mind holding on to my my belongings?
Asher will
And I
like,
trust
yeah, I'll hold
you.
on. I promise that everything will be here whenever you get back.
I'll make sure Oscar doesn't go through your undergarments.
Whoa. Whoa.
We'll make
Is
sure
he
he
prone
doesn't
to do
drink.
that?
I
He
don't
has an
even.
affinity for magic items.
That has nothing to do with that. Okay, one. I have.
You get really curious about other people's shit.
Amy's
no,
magic song
no,
is not going in your pack.
No, I have never once. I don't even know if I'm interested in those kinds of things. What the hell?
Asher just walks by. It's okay, man. We don't
No.
judge here. Just
No. I have never tried to look into other people's things that are in my party, and also I don't even know if I'm into that. And he points at Amy.
I mean,
She's not sure if she's supposed to be offended or if she's supposed to be weirded out or grossed out. It's just all
you're
weird.
not bad looking.
Asher kind of just points to where he has his stuff piled up in like the little spot before we pop the dome. If you want to put your stuff there,
I don't even know
we'll
what
be
Amy
there in the morning.
Okay. And she's gonna she's not gonna entirely disrobe. It's going to be just all of her equipment, her bag, her crossbow, and then her other tools and stuff.
Well, she's not completely disrobing in front of
No.
us.
And then Asher would go up to you like as you're going to like, I guess like walk off from the group. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm overstepping here or not, but would you like to say a prayer real quick for protection or anything before you go? He's a cleric. There's a small cleric, but he's a cleric.
I love it.
You don't have to evangelize.
I love it.
I don't really feel like I've been blessed having this. So no, thank you.
That's fair. Asher still goes and says a prayer to the Wild Mother to protect him.
Okay.
Aww.
Still feels kind of like a dick for calling everybody fucking replacements.
Amy, what's your charisma out of curiosity?
16.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, she's a damn good-looking girl.
Charisma is not necessarily
Charisma is
physical.
nothing. Yeah, charisma has nothing to do with physical.
I
It
know.
can.
I hate that.
It's just
I
not
hate
always.
when people say that.
It can. It's just not always.
Charisma is how you articulate yourself. That's why all of the skills are based around things you say.
No.
Well,
Alright,
it's
so-
a little bit different than
awkward.
that, but it isn't how you look. I know that.
So here's what's gonna
Asher's
happen.
charisma is an 8 because he's awkward.
So here's what's gonna happen. The hut's back up, I assume, Fate. That's what you're doing.
Yep.
And
Pen writing.
the night comes to you guys safely inside your hut. I'm clearly fast forwarding a little bit because I still want to get to our story beats for the evening. So as this hut is up, it's very much a protected location. You basically turn invisible. So Amy, the only thing that really needs to happen here is to tell us if does Amy choose to shapeshift in front of the hut, or privacy is 1, and 2, what is it Amy's going to do tonight? And you can kind of give us the bullet points unless there's anything specific you wish to hit on.
She's gonna kind of just start walking off in a direction, and whenever it happens, it's gonna happen. She's not entirely sure exactly when it occurs because she's still new to the whole forced transformation thing.
Sure. You're welcome
but
to flavor that however you wish.
yeah, so it doesn't say that the basic clothes that I wear will kind of absorb into the beast as it transforms. But yeah, she's gonna start walking, and then eventually at some point her body's just, I believe it's supposed to be a painful transformation, so her body's gonna become racked with pain all of a sudden. She's gonna immediately just like hit the floor on all fours.
Are you within an earshot?
I guess that depends on how long I walk before the transformation occurs.
That's up to you. I'll let you dictate that.
Sure. Yeah.
Everyone in the hut, you would hear screams that turn slowly into howls.
After a few seconds of like the beast kind of recovering from the initial pain, Amy's gonna be kind of like backseat as she watches through the eyes of the beast, as she calls it. She can't quite control what's going on, but she's witnessing all of everything that happens. All of the smells of the woods just become alive in her mind. Everything is lit up as if it wasn't nighttime. And she quickly catches the smell of an animal. She's not even sure what. She doesn't even care. All she knows is that it's something to hunt. And after a while of bounding through the woods at like breakneck speeds, she's gonna come across a bear. The bear is going to be just rooting around, searching for food of some kind. And it's going to spot Amicia's transformed creature. and it's gonna rear up and roar, and Amicia is gonna do the same back to it. And even though the bear is 2-3 feet larger than Amicia, she's gonna be unafraid. And within a few seconds, it's not even a fair fight. Amicia has the bear and eats it. Tears the throat out, eats a little bit before she begins hunting again. After that, she doesn't really take on any big games. She just keeps going. Rabbits, deer, elk, moose, whatever she can get a hold of. She even tries to get some birds. That's the only thing that can evade her. Birds that can fly away.
A rock comes down. But yeah, no, so absolutely. I assume inadvertently you make your way closer to where the party's sleeping? The answer is yes.
Sure, yeah.
Awesome.
At some point.
Alright, fantastic. And on that imagery, as everyone wakes up, you would all be curious to know where Amy was the previous evening. Yes, I'm railroading you, sorry. And as you do a kind of a light scatter of the area, thermal, you would kind of make your way around a rocky crag, following a slight blood trail. And on the floor, passed out, face down with the arms splayed out in rags, still covered, you would see Amy's exhausted body lying on the earth. As you call the rest of the crew over, they all offer one sentence before we take our 10-minute break.
Thermal, before he calls the rest of them, he just takes his tent, like the tarp of his tent out, covers him up, and says, "Okay, let's get up."
Love you, kid. As you do so, Amy would kind of exhausted come to, and I guess graciously accept this covering. I'm guessing. Yes, awesome. At that point, the rest of the party shows up, offering that one sentence. I'm gonna go! What about you? What do you guys say? As Gregory asked, how was their night, basically?
Well, she made it back.
Never want some breakfast.
Do you remember
Go
anything?
to my stomach. I remember everything.
As we take our
Did you have a
10-minute break.
productive night?
Go ahead, I'm sorry, what?
Did you have a productive night?
Well, there's...
depopulation of the area.
Yeah. Overhunting.
PETA's fucking pissed.
Who is?
PETA's pissed.
PETA. Fuck PETA.
Who's PETA? Oh, PETA. Oh, okay, got it, yeah. It's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
And their shelters have the highest kill ratio.
True. All right, guys, we're going to take our 10 minutes here, and when we come back from our break, it is going to be assumed and railroaded that you're making your way to Mirladar, and we will start off with an image, and just for the sake of the break, let me link in general chat what that image is, and that is what you can initiate the next conversation on. Copy image address, general tab, and here is your image for the break. All right, guys, we'll be back in, let's just say it is 12 after. Be back at 23.
Got it.
Okay.
Kane, Eustace, and Thermal. Are there any of the items that are on the list that you want?
The robe of useful items.
Well, remember, you're just picking that off the ground.
That's the only item that interests me. So.
Okay.
Since all you listen. All right, first of all, let me just throw this out there, okay? Yes, it's been put in there. I understand why you're doing it. I get it. It's only a copper. There's a method to my madness. I have a story arc for it. It's gonna happen.
I know, Frog. I mean, I was waiting to find one of those even before, like the cost of
Yeah, he's
thing
been
that
talking
may-
about it for a while.
Yeah.
Then I feel bad because I have a whole story arc for it.
Go do what you do, Frog. I'm interested in it. So
I just want to make sure that when I do what I plan to do, that I spoiled the whole thing, didn't I? But
no.
Nah.
Well,
hey, it doesn't matter. It's Thermal. He'll do whatever the fuck.
But I got plans for you, Thermal. May not happen tonight, but I got plans for you. Anyway, I'm gonna go take.
All good.
But yeah, okay. Kane, do you see anything that you want?
I'm looking.
Because right now we're sitting at 25.
And
600.
on a side note, just because the price of something on Google says
I kind of figured that.
Just remember,
I didn't.
No, I meant like things that you wish to sell. Just, you know what I mean? If you were running a business and you're gonna buy an item, you're never gonna buy it at full price. That's how you.
Oh no, we're not doing that at all.
I was
we're also basing the
50%
prices based off of the shop.
Yeah, the shop has weapons of warning for like 60,000 gold, so I was figuring I could sell it for 50%. My longbow of warning 50% would be like 30,000.
Not a bad idea. All right, I'll be right back.
That's
I gotta
how we're
pee.
doing our estimations.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, if you guys have anything that you don't mind selling, I do think that we should try to find a way to get this crystal ball, because unlimited uses of the scry spell are super useful, and like we could use that to find what's her face, Zine, and also it could be used, for reconnaissance and communication and stuff from distances.
Yeah.
So it's really expensive.
The only thing I have that I'm willing to sell is my breastplate of necrotic resistance and my longbow of warning.
Yeah.
But I already plan on using some of that money for the +3 longbow and then the +1 half plate. And then everything that's left over is going to go into a pot for the party to use to help buy their magical items, or buy any items they want and anything else we need before we go up to the mountains. Because I know we can't get horses in Mirladar, but there is a man that sells giant goats.
I mean,
I lost my donkey.
How effective are mounts going to be going up a mountain top to the peak of a mountain?
If we had giant goats.
Giant goats do really well in the mountain, like in that type of situation. That's their area. I remember from having Goat and Ramsey's stats.
Usus. Oh wait, Oscar hands you over the what's it called? The immovable rod. He hands that to you.
I don't want that.
Fine. Do you guys want to keep it, or do you want to sell it? This thing's pretty wonky. It's probably worth a lot of money. I'm gonna be real honest. Also, I think Frog wouldn't want us to have it, so we might be able to get more for this.
I'll take it.
Is it going to be useful for anything? It's a rod that doesn't move.
In my head, the most useful use for it is we could put it in front of a door, and then they won't be able to open the door.
Yeah, it's really good.
Use it to pin someone down.
Asher's like, I've actually had a little bit of experience with an immovable rod. Remember Maximo, Kane, when we closed the door at the top of the Trickster and Chains?
Yeah.
But they were still able to get through the door just by chopping it down.
Yeah, like the immovable rod stood in place, but the rest of the door just went.
Yeah, because they were able to chop the door down, and then Mithrax blew it up.
So, it's a very niche item, but it's powerful nonetheless. It might be worth a lot of money.
I think we should sell it. I don't really see a use for it. Out of character, I know there's some really crazy game-breaking things you can do with the movable rod, but in character, Asher doesn't see a fucking use for it.
I see 2 dancing great swords, and I see a +2 great sword. And I know Oscar already claimed one of the great swords, dancing great sword.
I mean, if 2 of you guys wanted them, I wouldn't fight you guys over them. It's just that there's situations where it can be useful for me. Essentially, what it is.
The dancing great sword is useful for an extra attack.
Yeah, let's do it.
I bet you get an extra attack
with your bonus action.
The only other thing that I would say, guys, if we could afford it, is that +2 sling, so I actually have a ranged weapon.
I think that makes sense.
Do you want the +2 slings? Asher has a regular sling if you want that too.
Yeah, I'm just saying if we could afford the +2, otherwise.
We can afford to add that to the list. So right now we're sitting at 26,000.
And I have a +1 javelin to sell thanks to Anahel.
So that would be worth like 500. But so
of course there's the Frost brand. Great sword.
What's the Frostbrand greatsword do?
It glows and it deals 2d6 ice damage.
And you have fire resistance while wielding it.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, Eustace, you have those boots, though I don't think you should sell them.
I gave them to Thermal.
Okay,
yeah, I'm wearing them.
Okay, good. Those boots are going to be very useful.
One other thing I think is cool, and we could get, is the gloves of thievery. I just think they'd be fun.
What do those do?
They give you a +5 to your dexterity sleight of hand check.
Guys, I mean, if we did get them, my rune actually gives me advantage on sleight of hand. One of my runes does.
Yeah, and it gives you advantage to on picking locks.
So I mean, if maybe you guys wanted me to have that, because then I'd have advantage on all sleight of hand. I don't know if we.
Well, no, it's not advantage. It's a +5.
It's a flat +5.
Yeah, but my rune carver abilities, one of my runes gives me advantage on sleight of hand checks.
So you'd have advantage and a +5.
Yeah.
What's your metagaming here a little bit? What's your dex mod?
It's a +2.
So that would give you a +7. Plus advantage. That could be pretty good.
That's better than mine, at least.
If Asher had it, that would give me, because I have a +4 to my dex, that would give me a +9 to any sleight of hand checks.
It would be slightly better if Thermal had it then, because it's technically like a +10. That's what advantage is like typically calculated to be. So +5, so +5 +5 is +10.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not against it.
I just think they could be fun and useful in some situations, and they're not.
I don't think they require. Yeah, they don't require attunement, so I see no reason why not.
Yeah. I mean, this will be our last. This is one of our first chances to really stock up on shit.
Alright, so we'll put that gloves of thievery. And I mean, heck, you guys can just share them. And one person, when they want to use it, whatever.
Yeah, and then I do think we need to, like, some of our money, because I know we also have gold on our persons, too.
Yeah.
We need to allocate some of our money to buying, like, healing potions or healer's kits, because right now we have very limited.
Well, healer's kits can only stabilize if you don't have the feat.
I know, but that's still better than.
I have a healer's kit already.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is one or two people have, or about 2 people have healer's kits, so that way if you go down, and like I go down, because I have spare of the dying, so I don't necessarily need it for stabilizing people, but if I go down,
I also need extra gold for the Blade of Anahel too.
Yeah. But I just think it's always good to have healing for the party.
Didn't
So
we
like,
discuss pricing already, Oscar, about that?
We talked a bit about it, though it was kind of because it wasn't really determined how, like, you were just like with a blacksmith, but we didn't talk about like if I was able to get like the top tier kind of guy, and then it was mostly most of our conversation was based on like time rather than like the materials involved and that stuff like that. And
Yeah,
like
and
Oscar and
I know you and I
Amy
chatted about it.
would.
Let me just find what I wrote because I don't want to renege. So yeah, keep on doing your thing. I'll find it.
hey, Frog. One thing since we're still on break here.
Yeah.
What would the cost be just to get instead of for the I have my improvised halberd right now.
Yeah.
Just flavor wise to improve it, and I wanted to add the barb to the end of it to maybe adjust my my butt strike with my polar master feat.
What do you mean? You want to strap the Anahel feather on the end?
Yeah,
of your...
like make a custom shaft, like remake it instead of being like a cobbled together thing with an actual forge.
Where do you want to remake it?
I was thinking once you get the meal there, I get some good metal in that, because since I'm already a blacksmith,
So
and make an actual fitting for it, just more flavor wise.
So here's what's going to have to happen. Just like I did with Oscar, at least what I've done with Oscar here, I'm going to have to do some research as far as time spent and how much time, blah blah blah, plus material. We can come back to that because chances are that's not happening this session. So
yeah, it's more of a flavor thing. So yeah,
no, that's fine. I just want to make sure we're doing it in a logical way. So yeah, between now and 7 days from now, fucking ping me. I am unemployed. I have time. Ping me. And I will absolutely flesh that out with you. All right. And then I have, if you scroll up, Oscar, to March 2nd, you and I talked about it at 6:39 p.m. Looks like I did a whole flesh out that. So there's that. So I haven't read it fully yet because we got to continue here. But any other questions?
So,
question: is anybody interested in the headband of intellect?
It
was the headband of
it doesn't do anything for Oscar mechanically, so like
it will do something for Kane mechanically. I mean, he is a strength-based character, but it will actually have an effect on him.
What's the how much does it cost?
Like I didn't want to make sure. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. If
no one else said they wanted it.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Oscar himself would want it, but I'm not gonna try to buy it because it won't do anything for Oscar. Like it'll increase his intelligence, but mechanically it won't do.
So I put the things I'm interested in the loot chat. Those were the items I would want, like all three of them.
Okay, so that's another 22.
And I'd be willing to sell my Giant Slayer Greatsword to help pay for it.
So that's another 22.50, and I think the headband intellect was like $8,000, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's another.
Aren't there giants where we're going?
We don't know.
We don't know.
I thought we saw one last time we were in the mountains.
Yeah, we saw giants the last time we were in the mountains. Remember, Kane? We saw one throw a rock at Gregory.
Yeah.
Well, I can hold on to the. I can hold on to the Giant Slayer.
So this is approximately how much it is right now with those.
We don't have this kind of money now.
I mean,
I don't really need the headband of intellect. It ain't gonna affect, like, I don't actually need it. I would like it.
So what is it that you want to use it for?
Well, it's going to increase my intelligence, which actually affects the saving throw for several of my abilities.
Yeah, you're a strength and intelligence-based fighter.
Then yeah, that's fine. Just, I mean, if it has a use, then, so
How much are the gloves of thievery?
They were 5,000.
We could possibly knock those off because they're more of a fun item than they are a useful item.
How much do we have
How
to
would
work
Anahel
with?
feel about you guys thieving?
Once I sell my armor of necrotic resistance and my longbow of warning, we will have
At least
about
33.
33,000. And then plus whatever else anybody wants to sell magic item wise. We could have a pretty decent amount. And that's a rough estimate based off of 50% of what similar items cost.
So yeah, Frog, we don't have anything to base off the price of this, so we're thinking about selling the immovable rod. So just keep that in mind because
I happen to have a go-to program that should be able to have a price tag on that. So give me some time, I'll find it for you.
Are you really sure we should get rid of the immovable rod? Like, really? The immovable rod is so good. There's so much utility there.
If I could grab it, I mean, I have pretty much climbing tools, so we're going into a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I also have boots with spikes on them.
You do. Some of us don't.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean,
Ash has a climb speed, so he can climb shit.
You know what? Don't worry about getting
Again,
the
some of us
frost
don't.
friend. Don't worry about getting the frost friend for me. I can let that go. I'll just hold on to the giant slayer.
So that would be
I would like the dancing greatsword and the headband of intellect.
So that would be
absolutely
39,800.
And is that with subtracting the gloves of thievery too?
Oh, if we subtract the gloves, then it's 35,800. 35,800.
Okay.
Oh well, there should be a minus there, but
depending on what we can sell the immovable rod for too.
So the general overview of how much a rod would sell for is about 5K. It says here. It looks to be 3 sources are putting it in the 5K area.
And is that like to buy it or what we would get for selling it?
Full value. And like I said, as far as logically selling things, I may make you have a roll to increase the percents, but let's just say.
Oh yeah, Oscar is definitely going to be negotiating this.
A safety net would be 50% of the true value would be your probably average safety net.
Yeah, so if we were to do that, let's just say 25. So the total of Oscar's stuff would, like including that, would be around 75 K without any like bonuses or negatives. That's about it.
So altogether, we'd have a little bit over 40,000 gold to play with.
Conservatively 40,000, yeah. Oh, not counting like we also have gold and gems.
Yeah, I'm saying just on the magic items we have to sell alone, we have.
Yeah, because the only other magic items I have are my There's still one more axe that I would have, and then my cloak and gauntlets, which I still use.
Yeah, and this isn't counting any gold that we have on our person or any gems we have to sell.
We should each have at least except for the new person, we should each have at least like 700 gold.
Yeah, I think I have like 750 or some shit.
So, yeah. For sake of time, I'm sorry, but I gotta get this game going here.
Go.
Imagine I'm make-believe currency right now.
So, you guys can absolutely have that conversation via text while we do that. So, as you make your way towards Merladar, the mountain cascades in the distance. You have this mountain range. From halfway up is snow-capped. Halfway down, your standard Rocky Mountain kind of vibe. And you continue to walk down. The earth kind of rotates downwards in a descent in elevation as you're coming out of the brain side of the equation, the brainwood side of the equation, to the highlands, into the northern crest of the Whitestone Mountains. The highly recognizable peak of Merladar dwarven city once again, shimmering and bathed in sunlight as this massive gash, or literally like a meteor, struck the side of a mountain, and then dwarves decided to build a city inside of the crater that's on the side. Half of the mountain itself is like a rooftop to the city. The other half stands on the outside. And I have a generalized photo for you. As I got a whole bunch of fucking you what, mate? A whole bunch of copy image address. As far as atmosphere is concerned, as you make your way closer and closer, you make your way to the battlefield that some of you remember, which is now.
Is that what the first?
Yes.
Is that the first picture you sent? Okay.
Correct. As you make your way through what is now known as the Undeath Fields, a ton of sorts. The remnants of what appeared to have been a battle here some weeks ago. The earth is still very much fresh with disturbance, cannon fire, rubble, devoid of corpse and body. However, the occasional steps you make through this field would meet purchase on bone underfoot and maybe a cracked femur as you stand on it and step on it walking past it. Tattered remains of some cloth would periodically sway in the wind and kind of flutter about. The smell of decay faintly emanates here. The occasional buzzard still scouring the earth just for a quick meal. The city itself begins to grow on your horizon as you get closer, closer, and closer. Before you make your way through the field itself, there seems to be something new. You don't need to make a perception check, but as you peer over this, a shining beacon of white stone is erected in the field of the undeath. As you get closer, it becomes more apparent to you. The shape seems to be of a hardy fella, a dwarf. Annahel thought it was her. A dwarf.
Why would it be Annahel? I don't know what you're talking about.
A dwarf stands on a pedestal.
Gerbari.
In heavy
What's up,
armor,
homie?
hammer raising to the heavens. As you walk past or walk towards this statue, you are welcome to say or do something.
Asher, I think we saw like the original group when we were in Milidar. We saw Serbari, right?
Correct. Well, you would
so-
see, I think, because you were the ones that skydove in, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we were defending the main gate whenever
Correct.
it finally broke.
You would
That's
have
how
seen him.
Kane got the.
Yeah,
Kane got that nickname Giant
That's how I
Slayer.
got the title Giant Slayer. I
Yeah.
wouldn't get the sword till much later, but
Yeah. So we, at least from what I know, because I don't know anyone else that's seen Serbari, me and Kane would at least recognize the statue.
Correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's my brother in arms.
Oscar absolutely
Sir
does
Bari?
know Sir Bari as well.
You know Serbari?
Yeah, we fought together. He's one of the reasons why me and my group are the High Council of Brekka. He originally hired us to deal with a lot of the undead situations, and as we continue to do jobs for him, we managed to take down an evil force that nearly destroyed Brekka, and in what was sort of his final moments, but not really. He blessed us and named us the new rulers of Brekka.
Out of
Wait,
character.
Serbari died?
Out of character, real quick. For those who do not know, when you guys were skydiving in to that battle, the Holy Initiative was actually on the western front of that exact same battle. You guys were in the same area at the same time. You guys just had different.
It's
paths.
close.
Yes, you guys they're very close. Anyway, continue. I apologize.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I remember that.
Surprise.
I experienced that from 2 different views.
He's one of the reasons why I realized that this form was some angelic thing at first. Well, at first I thought it was a monster, and then through him it came to understand it was something angelic.
I never met the man officially. I mean, I saw him the last time we were in Mirladar, and I've heard the stories of him from, when the Empire was still around. Correct me if I'm wrong, Frog. The Empire was still a thing when Asher would have been like a child, right?
Yes, all the Empire's been around for centuries. They're just a lot weakened now than they used to be.
Because the Emperor was killed whenever, 20 years ago?
Yeah, roughly, give or take.
So about the time, because Asher's in his late 20s, so he was a small child. Alright, so yeah, he's like, I heard stories about Servari, but I never. It's kind of surprising to know he died.
Well, he's. I think it's more fitting to say he ascended.
That sounds more like the stories I've heard of the man.
Yeah, he became like a holy or divine spirit.
That sounds about right. From what we saw when the undead were charging the gate.
Yeah, motherfucker got huge wings and shit.
Well, it looks like we're
Still feel
almost
that giant,
there.
though.
As you continue to push in towards the gates and the statue of Servari recedes, gets smaller. The gates, and I have a map for the gates for ambiance, guys. Yay! We get to see something different.
As we're walking up, because Asher remembers Thermal's talked about it being interesting whenever he tries to go into Mirladar as a Draugr. Thermal, are you going to be cool?
We'll see how they react.
Please
If anything,
don't
I will
start.
I'll tell them who I am, and hopefully that helps.
Yeah, but also remember, Thermal, you're with a group of people. Play it cool.
Oh,
I know you got this whole Death Wish thing going on.
Frog, I ain't gonna lie, this looks better than the original map you had for it.
Yeah, it does. No offense to the original map because it was cool, but this looks a lot cooler.
I'm just throwing tokens on. We're not having a battle here, at least not that I'm aware of. But I'm just putting you guys.
Thermal decides to go apeshit and try to blow up the city.
Is that everybody's token? Did I get everyone's token?
I believe so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. All right. So you guys are welcome to just move your tokens around for the sake of ambiance. But this is the gates of Mirladar. As you make your way. I forgot to add. Where are you? Did I not make a Gregory token? You fucking dirt.
Rip.
You had a Gregory token.
Well, I didn't make it a unique item, which means I got to reassign everything. It's not worth time. Anyway, Gregory's around. So as you
I'm fine with not
make your way, a dwarven voice, male, can be heard. Halt! Identify.
Kane, the Giant Slayer?
Kane the Giant Slayer has returned! What say you, old friend?
Do we recognize the guy up there?
Probably not, but they know of the Giant Slayer. There was a really good
No, he introduced himself to you and you forgot him. He was your biggest fan.
You even signed his ass cheeks.
Dang, Asher, you signed ass cheeks over here.
No, Kane did.
You're the Giant Slayer.
Question.
Hey, I didn't ask who he was. That was Asher.
Actually, did I name this guy? I think I did, actually.
Frog, quick question. On tabletop, it's not letting me move Asher around with my keys.
Did you click on Asher first?
Yeah, I've left clicked and right clicked on him, and it's still not letting me do it.
Please hold.
I see you moving.
GM
We are one.
I'm moving.
Player, you're Band-Aid 1865, right?
Yeah. My WASD keys are just letting me move my
Oh,
camera around.
it's your arrow keys.
It's the arrow keys. Not the.
That's
not the
right.
wall
I'm just
movement.
dumb. I'm dumb.
I know, it's been a month. It's all right. As you make your way to the gate, yes, Kane the Giant Slayer, welcome back. No giants for you to slay today. Thank the Helms.
That's good. It's good news all the time.
I agree. So what brings you back?
Oh, just passing through. Gonna stock up on some equipment while we're here. Gonna go further up into the mountains.
What business do you have in the mountains? You have everything you need here. Plus, I'll be honest, the way things have been lately, you could probably use a giant slayer. Someone of your skill, of course.
What's been going on?
Dwarven. Well, once we reclaimed and cleaned up the battlefield, restocked our wares, and, may I add, added a lot of stuff. We got a lot of good stuff. The Prince, Thrain, sanctioned a lot of it for redistribution amongst the military. He said he put a price tag on it. But that's not the part that's the problem. There has been killings, you see. At night, primarily. We can't figure out where they're coming from. But it seems to be a poison that's heavily used. We think the drow are in here somewhere.
I think they want their scepter back.
I think Kevin is behind it.
Nasty folks, those drow.
Yeah, I think last time.
Individual squints his eyes and looks at who said that. You know what? What is this perception check? Let's see. Nope. Doesn't really identify you through your armor and how far away he is from you. Nevertheless, yeah, drow, terrible. We still suspect. Yeah. We still suspect they're the ones that have they're the ones that are the reason behind the king's disappearance.
The king has disappeared?
Well, yes. Did you not know that? I thought the prince debriefed you on all of that last time you were here.
No.
No. They were under attack at the time, and he really didn't have much to debrief us on.
Oh dear, yes. I don't know if it's my place to say. I'll tell you what. Let's open the gates. Open the gates. And then this massive clang, clang, bang, boom, 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 boom. This door just starts to fucking open, dude. This door is massive, absolutely massive. And you make your way inside the front gates of the city. And guess what, guys? I have a map of the city. Now, I'm going to preface this. This map is not totally mine, because there's no way in fuck I am building an entire Mirador on my own. So, grain of salt, but the scale of it, I still feel should be relatively impressive. And here we go.
Get me up there. Get me up there.
This might melt a few computers. I apologize proactively. Right.
Let's see it.
I recommend not touching anything until the city loads. So if you're staring at a ground for a couple of minutes or seconds, just don't touch anything. Here we go. Summoning you to table now. I really hope this works out.
What do we got?
River Frog. Good DMs copy what people have done. Great DMs steal what other people have done. Holy shit.
I'd like to
Jesus.
with your clout.
I've taken some creative liberties. It's not, I would say maybe 30 to 40% of this town has my influence in it, but the majority of it goes to some other dude. But thank him for some assistance.
Thanks, other dude.
Now, what I wanted to do was put the actual mountain walls around, like a dome, like to make it feel as, but I don't want to melt computers, and I deem it to be unnecessary to actually have that aesthetic. So if you look at the sides of the walls, you'll see where the walls just abruptly end. Assume in your mind's eye that the blank wall or the invisible wall that goes around the other half, that's where the mountain caverns are. You know what I mean? That covers the city.
So this little courtyard here is where we had our fight, right, with the giant and everything.
I've had to change a couple things for simplicity's sake, and yeah, unfortunately, it's not going to be identical because of the move over to Tailspire.
I mean, it looks better.
You're welcome. Awesome. I'm happy you're happy. But as you may, I guess, you know what? Fuck it. I'll put tokens in here for you guys too, so you guys can walk around and keep yourselves busy here. So, Amicia,
Hey, there's a statue with a sword.
I'm gonna put you guys on the front gate.
This is bonkers.
Flint.
Surprisingly, this didn't melt my computer.
Awesome.
I should have a good enough computer to run this, so.
I just saw your token. Here you are. Thermal, there you are. Who am I missing? Oh, Oscar. Oh, there you go. There's your tokens, dude. So you're welcome to have fun in the city.
Bullshit, boys.
Let's go.
Before you guys, I mean, you guys can move around all you want and just explore the city, have fun. But in the meantime, as the gates open up, the dwarf that seems to be the giant Slayer fan, he approaches you, Kane, and does one of those, you know, wrist grab handshakes with you. You know.
I go in with it. I just grip the wrist grab handshake too.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Well met.
Are you sure you're just passing through? Like I said, it's been difficult trying to keep. I mean, they seem to be targeting everyone. They seem to be opportunistic attackers. There's been a situation where even some of the young females have been struck down. No notes, no news, no nothing.
Tragic. Let me talk with my. That would have to be a group decision. As you can see, I'm not traveling alone.
I get that, but you must understand that Prince Thrain is not taking any visitors. With the heightened security and the attacks the way they are, we're not really. The flow of traffic in the city has substantially subsided. What I mean is, there's a curfew now, and if you look, as he kind of looks over his shoulder, and kind of, you know, beckons to behind him, you notice that the streets, last time you were here, full. You know, I mean, this is a bustling fucking Manhattan city street kind of thing. Which is significantly devoid of people or dwarves or anything for that matter. The people that are out and about tend to move or travel around town based off of necessity and not from desire. You know, not from pleasure. Just you know, yeah, I got to go here, I got to go there because this needs to get done. Kind of traffic. But I would recommend TalRune might be able to get in contact with Bertrand. Bertrand would be able to. I believe he's speaking for the prince right now, relaying messages from the walls. In the meantime, keep your head on a swivel, brother.
We will. And if I see anything.
Thermal, question for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, King. I thought that was a period.
If we see anything, we'll definitely see what we can do about it.
With great haste, please. Let us know as well. Where are you in line, Thermal?
I would probably be just kind of probably be near the back somewhere.
Okay. What? Are you wearing a helmet at all?
I have no armor at all on.
Oh, you're naked.
No, I got my pants, my shirt, but no armor.
Fuck you, naked.
He's a barbarian.
Because he's a barbarian now.
Oh, all right, my bad. Yeah. Okay, a naked man. All right. So this dwarf would, as you're walking past, he'll extend his hand out and kind of put his hand on your shoulder. Are you with them?
Currently traveling with them, Beardling.
Beardling, you son of a bitch.
God damn it.
Wait, what did he say?
Slayer. He called me a beardling, that son of a bitch. Hey, Giant Slayer.
Yeah.
You befriend these lower creatures?
Lower, we're the true dwarves.
Whoa. Okay. Hey.
Oscar's gonna intercede.
Okay, we're gonna cut this out right now. Listen.
Oh, play nice.
Oscar doesn't like racism.
Listen. We're gonna let's all agree to let bygones be bygones. Don't need no name calling, none of that here. No.
Because you hold the rank of Giant Slayer and you are well known through Milidar, you're like a local celebrity at that point. I will let you roll a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Did I have a chance to cast guidance on
Of
him?
course.
Cool. I give you guidance, Kane.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna.
Yeah, and just other character, Thermal is playing it pretty cool because he did put his hand on Thermal. It could have gone a lot worse.
Fucking
Okay, two. Hold on, I got to do my second persuasion roll. So total 16, because I think this first one was 14. So total 16.
16. I was looking for a 14. As you basically, yo guys, friendly here, enemies over there, that kind of thing. Let's just call it what it is. He's with us. He's cool. That kind of speech. And the beardling would look directly into Thermal's eyes. And as he kind of like, he takes his hand away from you, but he doesn't pull it backwards. He kind of like, I'm not gonna say he pushes into you, but he definitely gives it a little bit of a nudge as he kind of like puts his hands down and beckons you in.
Thermal just nods at him and walks right past, kind of shouldering him a little bit.
Yeah, before you get a 10,
Thermal,
let's go.
Come on. Come on, guys. Let's not do
Excuse
this.
me. God.
Hey, we got other issues to deal with.
Actually, I think Oscar might be able to be handy in this.
Excuse me, guard.
Hello. You're with the Giant Slayer, right? You're his friend?
Yes, we are traveling together. My name is Oscar Veilmark. I am one of the High Council of Breck. And he would bring out his...
The newly reformed
He would bring
Brecca?
out his... Yes. I and my compatriots are currently leading that, and I am currently out trying to gather resources and other things to aid Brecca. I am in these individuals, even the individual who you are not having the best interactions with right now, are being very helpful in that, and I thank you for not letting not letting the past between your people get in the way of that. I thank you. But I have a minor request. I am trying to contact someone, specifically a divine smith of high regard, and the Giant Slayer is aiding me in this, as well as these other individuals that are with us. And
Giant Slayer's a busy man.
You saying you said Divine Smith?
yes,
There's only one dwarf amongst us that possesses some sort of divination-inspired anvil that he works with. But it's if you could find him, and that's if you could find him sober.
Okay.
Who are we looking for?
He goes by. He tends to frequent the scorched beard. You see, he's kind of quirky in a way. He enjoys punching people in the face, and he always wears this weird black hat.
Oh God!
Remember him?
I know who you're talking about.
Is he good?
He's a good time.
No, I'm asking the guard. Is he
I just put a picture of him, by the way.
Is he a
He's
good
got a hell of a
smith?
punch.
I'm trying to craft a weapon unlike any other.
Like I said, it depends if you can catch him on a good day, and I believe he is motivated by the coin. Yes, he's quirky. You see,
Hey,
he's one of the hard hammers. In fact, I believe his brother has recently been recruited out of here, moving out west. You see, to assist in some sort of elven situation with like I don't know. He talks all the fucking time when he's drinking. But the man you're looking for, his name is Hargy Hardhammer.
I can't remember if
Um,
that was the name he gave me when I ran into him.
Like I said, the
from
man is quite drunk and he'll do anything for a laugh. But his real name is Hargy Hardhammer.
Okay.
Okay.
Because he was the guy I was drinking with when the witch started to send me visions in Mirador.
I believe he's punched you in the face a couple times too.
I believe I punched him in the face a couple of times too.
You did.
Frog.
Yes,
I
sir.
was looking through my notes. I can't find it, and it's a lot of notes. Do you remember the name of the dwarven kid that Asher helped? Remember, he was on the wall. Asher healed him and then helped carry him to the temple.
I believe that was my old note taking. I have to bring up roll 20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with I don't remember for now. But we could
Lou.
Either. So can we give him? Do we want to just give him a new name?
Sure. That's fine. What name? Actually, let me scroll up a little bit. What name would you like to give this kid? You know,
I don't know.
or Chief Rights of Owl Bear. I have
Bill.
a lot of notes. No, we have a bill already.
Ron Bilius Weasley.
O'Reilly.
Henry.
His name started with a K. I remember that, or an M.
Chris. With a K.
Hacky Rock.
Kyler.
Tyler?
All right.
Clueless.
Night Angel trilogy. Caleb, have you read those books?
I know.
What is it?
The Night Angel
Music with a K
trilogy.
and a B.
You know,
Their
let's
messages.
go.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Tyler.
Let's just
All right.
call
I
here.
can't hear you.
I gotta put a note in for him now because I gotta make a lore for him now. Let's just call it Kyler, Kyler, just for shits and
Yeah.
dwarf kid that Asher healed. Okay.
That one kid from that one time.
I will make a backstory for him at some point. All right.
Top Rod's Kylo.
So, Oscar, you got your information. What were you gonna do, Asher?
Asher was just gonna ask the guard if he happened to know about the kid. Asher wanted to check on him.
You got to be more specific. You got to realize this is one of the main dwarven footholds of these mountains. There's about a million.
Do you think TalRune might be able to help me find him? I just want to check in on him. He had hurt his leg, his hip in the battle, and I'd healed him when we were fighting at this gate here. And I'd spent a little bit of time with him, and I just wanted to check on him. He was a good kid.
Well, if he's enlisted and one of the military, then yeah, that would be your best bet. You remember where the barracks were, right?
Yeah, just right outside to the right.
Correct. If you head all that way down the right, you make a right. Yeah, get him. Ask TalRune. He would probably know better.
All right, I just wanted to see how his recovery's been. By chance, we've been adventuring for a while, and you lose track of time. How long ago was the battle at the gate?
Some few weeks ago.
Like a month, 2 months?
6 to 8 weeks. The days
6
bleed
to 8
together.
weeks.
It all bleeds together. When you're cleaning up the battlefield, the days turn into the hours turn into days, and I spend many burning suns.
I think it'd be at least 2 months. At least.
Okay. Well, because we got captured by the hag shortly after leaving Mirador, and that's why I was trying to figure out time-wise.
Which reminds me, where's Lady Dahlia?
Lady Dahlia fell.
That can't be. She was blessed. She had the gift of helm.
She still fell in battle. We encountered a hag.
He has no reply.
She fought bravely, and she was a great warrior. Helm had
That doesn't. I'm sorry, but that doesn't make any sense to me.
Asher kind of takes out the gauntlet that Thalia wore, the Helm's gauntlet, and is like, I planned on
With the
returning
eye
this
on
to
it?
the temple. Yes, I planned on returning this to the temple.
I didn't know you had that still.
It's been in
Yeah.
Asher's bag.
Damn. Oh, you still have her breastplate too.
No, I do not have a breastplate.
Somebody has it because it was on Anahel's body.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thermal's got it. Thermal's got it.
But
Wait, you said you just pulled out the glove, the gauntlet?
The gauntlet, yeah.
It's been in Asher's backpack. Yeah, I have never used it because Asher doesn't really know what it does and doesn't feel good using it.
Yeah, that's great. Make sure you add that to your magic item list. Got some magic items, and a good one.
I didn't know what Asher didn't know what it. I know what it does. Asher didn't know what it does. He just
let me see that for a sec.
I know. Fuck you.
Yeah, don't let fucking Oscar take that. Thalia wants all that shit back at some point.
Talia's not here.
Let me see that. I can identify that. Wait a second.
I know. We're good.
We know what that does.
We're good. Awesome. Okay, so that is cool to know. Awesome.
Yeah.
This is disturbing, to say the least. I assume you brought the gauntlet back for its proper placement for the next chosen one.
I don't really know what it was. She had it. It was hers. It's kind of just a memento of a fallen comrade.
Well, I don't mean to impede. I get it. I mean, she's a chosen one and all, and if you truly fell, this gauntlet is best left with Mason, as she would know exactly what to do with it and where it goes. I can send.
I can understand that, but I'm sure.
Send word that the chosen gauntlet of Helm itself, is returned to Miladar. And it's
I plan on going there. I'll do it.
Cathedral is, can't miss it. Big fucking statue with a sword.
I've been there.
Well done. Well met. I'm gonna get back to my duties.
That's a neat item.
Close the gates, and the big loud fucking gates begin to close. And as you make your way into town, we are going to we're going to Amicia first. Amicia, where are you headed?
I guess I'm heading to Bucker's Emporium.
You walk in, and there's a chime. You've never been here before, but if you had been, you'll notice that these shelves are fucking overflowing. These shelves that were once organized, although organized now, is stuffed to the brim. Majority of these items that are on display, they do not seem to be mostly of dwarven make. In fact, a lot of it looks old, almost antiquish in a way. Almost as if some of it has been buried in the dirt for quite some time. Open and exposed to elements. But, nevertheless, what's on display here is impressive. There's a female dwarf, a little bit younger than middle-aged, chewing bubblegum, because in my head it's chewing bubblegum. And as she is standing there blowing bubbles, looking very bored. Welcome to Bucker's Emporium, in a hearty female voice.
Hello.
Hi. What can I do for you?
I suppose I'm here to pick up some supplies.
Well, you got tons of it. Prices are already there, and no, like the sign says, not negotiable. What's on the thing is how much it goes for.
Well, surely there's got to be some wiggle room. I mean,
No.
I'm a local.
My father gave me absolute no. With the time spent and the hours just categorizing and you know, keeping track of all this. No, don't. No, my dad will kill me. No.
Are we all there?
You could all be there, but I'd like this to transpire first.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Well, okay. What if we were to work out some trades?
It would depend. I'd be willing to wiggle that way. I was told the sell for price was not negotiable. But we could definitely discuss trade. I'm okay with that. I wish my father was here to help. It's not really my speciality. But I mean, he went into the mines. He was asked to go help with something. I don't know the details. But yeah, I mean, look around. Like I said, the prices are on there. What you see is what you get. Take a minute. I'll be right here. And look, please hurry. I'm kind of hungry.
Well, all right. I'll be fairly quick.
As you scope around,
yeah, okay.
You know, you scope around. There's plenty of shelves, wall space. You know, you're just kind of going through the vast majority of it. You'll see a bow on the wall. It seems to be positioned in a location that it's almost like a focal point. This bow is a recurve bow, and it looks like it's been in the earth for a very long time. The wood itself is I don't want to say it's patina looks to be that of some ages, in fact. On the
Use the right
patina, you like that, right? Yeah.
yeah. I was about to say it.
I watch Pawn Stars. I watch Pawn Stars.
Nah, man.
So
American Pickers.
So what happens is on this bow, as you kind of, you know, it's beautiful enough to grab your attention for even but maybe 30 seconds. On the handle part of this recurve bow, you'll see what looks to be an individual shooting, and just like arrows raining through the sky on what looks to be a field of robots or clockwork soldiers, just raining onto them in pure destruction. And that's what you see there. And then you continue to look around. You'll see the inside a glass case, this little stone that just seems to float around inside a glass casing. You would also see like this, what looks to be like a basketball under a cloth. And as you kind of look under it, it's an opaque, kind of see-through, transparent, kind of rainbowy, iridescent kind of a vibe to it, ball of glass. You'll also, pardon me, you uncover this bookshelf with rolled parchments of different colors and varieties hanging from some string. You see a couple of slings kind of dangling, more scrolls. You'll see one of those kind of armor busts with half plate on it. You'll see some generic plate as well. A lot of the armor here seems to be, once again, old, rusted patina, as if these were all reclaimed from the fields of battle outside fairly recently. You put two and two together that they were fighting the undead, and chances are they were in the ground with them for a long time before they were raised. Is kind of what you're getting at. But yeah, one thing that catches your eye would be this cloth-like object that seems to kind of be half on the floor and half on the shelf, as if it was knocked down. You look at it and there's like 2 or 3 patches already torn off of this thing.
Is this for sale? It doesn't look very well celebrated or loved.
Everything in the store is for sale. My dad did it. You know, I had to write all the prices. It should be right there on the bottom. The prices should be right there.
She'll look at it.
It says 1 copper piece.
1 copper piece? I guess she gives it a second look, and she knows her way about magic items. Can I roll? Because she knows about magic items. Can she figure out what it is? Just.
I mean, you can roll an arcane check if you're proficient.
Ooh, I don't know if I am or not. I am, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess-
all these items have been identified. You could probably ask as well, but you can absolutely give your own personal check on it. Sure.
22.
22. Yeah, this robe. You are familiar with an item that has patches on it, like in a robe that you can peel off, and generally those things that you peel off come to the physical plane. Also known as a robe of useful items.
Why is this so unloved? This is a fairly spectacular item.
What do you mean? What do you mean unloved? Everything has a price on it.
On the floor?
Well, it must have fallen. Somebody. We got a lot of people coming in and out. They probably brushed up against it. Here, let me help you. As she kind of begins to fold it, the price tag falls, and she picks it up. She realizes it says 1 copper piece on it, and she begins to try to put it in her.
No, wait. Everything's got a price. Non-negotiable, right?
Yeah, you're right. This was on the floor. This was on the floor. This was clearly not the price for it. This is obviously a mistake. I mean, come on.
Sounds to me like you're trying to be unfair about this.
What's unfair about it? I don't understand.
Oh, all of a sudden I show some interest in an item, you're trying to up the price on me?
You can't honestly believe that this is 1 copper.
Why was it written on there?
It's clearly miscategorized.
Looks to me like it was just haphazardly thrown on the side.
No.
It's got patchwork. Patches are missing. Clearly uncared for. And now I care about it, and you were trying to up the price. I think you're trying to cheat me.
No. We have a
Full
reputation
cigar
here.
want to hear about
We
this
have
kind of thing.
a reputation here in Bucker's Emporium. We are true to our word. But my dad's gonna kill me.
If you did what you were supposed to do, which is selling things for their appropriate price, then you should have nothing to worry about from him.
She stares in complete silence at you. You would notice her water begin to well up on the base of her eyelids on the bottom. And she's starting to tremble a little bit.
Jesus Christ. I'm only laughing because I got to see Caleb's reaction.
Why you gotta do this to me, man?
I don't know. I'd like to attack moral conscience. I mean,
Listen,
it's
Into
not
the dark
like
side, Caleb.
you don't understand, okay? I write all these prices down, and obviously I missed a couple of zeros. This is...
Oh, so it's 100 copper.
I mean...
what did you intend for the price to be?
I'll tell you in a second.
I tell you, as soon as the DM figures it out.
Robe of useful items. Cost.
With 2 patches missing.
Before.
I mean, obviously this thing is miscategorized, and obviously this website doesn't have the price I'm looking for, and obviously...
I just imagine she's thumbing through a ledger right now, trying to find it.
100%. Because that's for real. I'm having problems.
There was one in one of the lists you posted before, but I don't remember where.
Obviously, this was supposed to be, and she just rambles something up. 5,000 gold. By the way, she rolled
Strong.
really shitty on her persuasion roll. Just so you know.
Okay. I don't want to get you in trouble. I was trying to get the better of you here, but that's not fair of me either.
Look, we have a reputation, okay? Let's make a deal. I don't want him to tan my ass.
What if Okay, I don't know what to fuck. I don't know what to say.
And Oscar like raises his
You're
hand.
not
I
there
might
yet,
have
Oscar.
a solution to this.
Are we there yet, Frog?
Yeah, you're all there.
Sure.
Or I thought we were.
I thought it was just you there, Caleb.
I mean, this was an interaction intended for Caleb, but that's okay. You guys can throw 2 cents.
Yes,
in
Amicia is kind of like unable to carry through with her kind of like bluff. And
so you
swindling.
mentioned before that exchanges are a thing, and that being flexible, we are in possession of magical items that are actually very useful to Mirladar in its current state, and we we were hoping to do some exchanges here. Now, maybe for as a way to build out some of that cost between 1 copper and however much this thing is actually worth. You might want to wipe it off. There's some like dust and hairs like hanging on it. But maybe we could do a good deal on both sides.
What do you
Give
recommend?
and Oscar. Well, let us look around and find some things that interest us. And then we'll gather up and then we'll show you what we have, and we'll try to meet in the middle. Does that sound fair?
Sure. Just be gentle. You don't understand. This is my father's pride and joy. This is his reputation means everything.
We will show no disrespect, man.
You guys go around. You're welcome to have a conversation about the interaction you guys had in the corner of the store if you wish. In the meantime, let's assume you guys are doing your shopping, all that shit that you were talking about, and the stuff you're looking to buy and all that stuff. Let's just assume you take this time to kind of put all that shit together, start loading up the fucking cart.
I'm assuming the cool bow you described. Which one was that?
That's the one you're looking for.
The plus 3.
It sounds really cool.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just say we gather up the stuff that we said we wanted in the chat, and then we bring that up. Oscar's also gonna bring up the crystal ball, just to do it, and they put everything out, and then we take out the items that we were mentioning selling, which would be the his longbow of warding, his necrotic breastplate, my
So,
2 axes, and all that
because
stuff.
of the situation, here's what she's going to say. So normally she'd buy those things at 50%. You trade them in as credit, not actual cold credit, store credit, in the amount of, let's just say, 65% of its actual value.
Okay.
Well, we're getting a good deal.
Okay.
Well,
So
Who's
she
better
really
at
doesn't
math
want to
than I
get.
am?
She doesn't want to get her ass beat.
Okay. So do you guys? So here's my question to you guys. You guys want to? Do you guys want to try to give her a little more of a nudge, or do we want to just leave it at that?
I think this is
think
fair, and I think that she would, or Amicia would kind of like tell you guys aside, like, listen, I kind of get where she's coming from. My dad owned a shop just like this, and I really feel bad about trying to fool her like that.
I'll calculate
I
how
can
much.
feel for
Make sure you have that plus one travel in there.
Yeah. All right. So that was 60,000. Is it exactly 60,000 for the warning items?
Longbow warning is like 60,100 or 200. So just
okay. So
I'll have to
that
let me look real quick.
plus 1,000 plus 1,000 plus Oscar would actually try to upsell the necrotic resistant armor. He would say that the base price of it is worth more than the other ones because of
Their
given the
history.
current state of the undead army. it has been afoot, and the battles are not over yet. This item has more demand currently.
And it's 60,100 for a weapon of warning.
Okay, so Frog, would I be able to like try to like do like a thing to try to like increase the net value of the
I
necrotic
think
resistant armor?
I think the deal you got is not going to get much better than that. 65% of the value is.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I mean,
Daddy's going to slay this woman.
if the bow of warning is 60,100, 65% at 65%, that's 39,065.
Oh, okay. One second. Let me, I'm just adding up everything right now.
Do all scrolls have the same price based on their level, or do they vary?
Generally, it's the same price, I believe.
Where is the resist? Okay, so that's no. Where? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so it's that much. Okay, so that's this, and then that was worth. Did you say it was 50? Like 5,000 for the rod?
Yes.
Frog.
Yes.
Okay, 5,000 plus the
Javelin would probably be equivalent to 1,010. That's what a +1 spear is. So.
Yeah. I just
Oh, did
added
you guys?
that.
Are you guys talking about the javelin that Annahel had? Because she had one that you guys
Yeah,
would have.
that's the one we're talking
Okay.
about.
Just making sure.
And then Oscar's gonna sell the two of those axes, which those axes are very. I think they're rare. They're rare ones. So those
They're
were
rare.
so that would be 8,000 for the two. Plus, he's not selling that. What and then how much would the are we selling Thalia's armor?
The what? The gauntlet?
No, the armor.
The breastplate.
Oh,
is
you
just a
better
regular-
fucking not. You
the
better fucking
breastplate-
not.
What?
Don't fucking sell that breastplate.
It's just a regular breastplate.
I will come over there and
Technically,
fuck you up IRL.
so that breastplate, I believe, is fully customed. I believe it's
Yeah.
also decorated, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
with the red.
Yeah, it is.
So it
That would
definitely.
be.
Yeah, we should totally sell that. That's a custom job. You ain't find that anywhere.
That's real money right there.
Asshole.
Thalia can always buy it back.
Thermal's holding on to it.
Thalia's gonna take every bit it's worth out of your hide, Asher, if you sell that shit.
Is there any items that I'm forgetting?
Draw the line at
She
selling his
lost
armor and-
levels sacrificing herself for you assholes.
Shocking. Asher would draw the line at the party trying to sell Thalia's breastplate and the gauntlet because he was planning on taking that stuff back to the
Thermal was going to hold on to the breastplate, so.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys have no idea the river of fucking sweat going down my back right now.
No.
Oh my god.
Okay. Yeah. So just saying.
They're safe.
What this is right now? It's a like it's like 50 52,800. This is
We're not gonna get
actually it would
this
be
in
more like
gold.
53. Huh? 53,000 because I didn't include the extra bauble, so it'd be about 53,000.
Okay, y'all remember this is credit. We're not.
Yeah.
This is going towards whatever we trade in. We're not gonna get any extra gold back. So if you want to maximize this,
A lot of money to spend.
okay, based on calculations so far, what are we at?
We have
If we
53,000.
got everything that we mentioned,
I'm talking about as far as the magic items cost.
if we got everything we've mentioned, that'd be 42,000.
Including the crystal ball?
Well, no, that's different.
Yeah, we're not getting that.
I don't know how much the crystal ball is.
It's
That's what I was
worth,
asking.
it's worth 50,000 by itself.
Okay, yeah, no, we're not getting the crystal ball.
Yeah, we're not
So everything we wanted is how much?
If we got everything, it would be 42. It'd be approximately 42,000.
like
Not
define
counting
everything
the
because
not
I know
counting
we took
the
the thing called the
roll.
list.
Yeah, that's counting the two things that were removed. Oh, I guess I didn't add Eustace's 600. But that's counting
Oh, I need
the
a gold, not the scroll.
Yeah.
So the scroll is
that's
240, I think, the one I wanted, or a little more maybe.
We could toss in
And
that other bag of holding then, because they have a bag of holding. Then we'd have two of them.
I see I can do a side deal actually. I'm gonna
Guys,
go to
here's
the
the
lady
thing.
rug while this is happening.
Say what?
I'm gonna go to the store manager while this is all happening.
Yeah, hi. Oh God, she's looking at everyone like doing math in front of her. She's like, "Oh my God, this is so bad. This is so bad."
It's
It'll
honestly
be
not.
fine. It'll be fine. I'm gonna put 3 scrolls on the table.
Yeah.
There are 2 level 4 spells and 1 level 2 spell.
Okay. What do you mean by level spells? You want these
Oh well,
scrolls?
no, these are my scrolls. I like to trade them in for that. How about that one right there? The one that has the word slow on it.
Sure.
And just about let's just say I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You know, I'll give you the upper end on this. And how about 400 gold to go with it?
To me, you're giving me 400 gold on top of that?
Oh no, you would have to giving it to me.
Okay. All right. Out of character. What's the price of this scroll? Does the math add up properly? Or are you gonna have me do
I would.
research? Are you trying to hack it?
I can check.
65% of the scrolls is 988 gold,
Okay.
and I bought a $400 or 400 gold scroll, and I asked for 400 gold, giving the store
Okay, so you
188.
kill it. Yeah. All right. That's fine. That sounds fair.
Okay. Guys, here's the thing. I do think we should try to get the crystal. We don't, because it's not we don't have to get the crystal ball right now, but I do think it's very useful for later. So I think we could just sit on the credit with the leftover credit.
No, I wouldn't trust. I think if we're going to spend it, we need to spend it now.
Yeah, because we don't know when we'll be back. I say we spend
well,
it
we have
on.
The frost brand. Instead of the frost brand, I'll take the +2 great sword since we have a lot more than what we thought.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is. Are you gonna sell the other one?
No, I'm gonna hold on to the giant slayer. That's situational based.
Okay. So I mean, I think they
Like
cost
the Witcher
about
with
the
2
same.
swords.
Yeah. Well, that's also what the dancing great sword's gonna help with too.
Oh no, the +2 greatsword is worth another 2,000.
Yeah, so
So-
it's just an extra 2,000 on top.
So
hey,
here's what I
okay.
want to do, guys. Because we're running out of some time here, and I do want to get a scene in before anything. So chances are we're not getting into combat tonight. So you guys could absolutely take the math. You know the deal. You know the math already. 65% of whatever you're selling. You're welcome to take the week to fine tune what's getting who and who's getting what. Okay. What I want to do is ask the question, where's the gauntlet and where is it going?
So the gauntlet is in Asher's bag. He's holding on to the gauntlet. Hasn't quite decided what he's going to do with it.
Okay.
He told the guard he was going to take it to the cathedral. He hasn't quite decided. Part of him wants to hold on to it.
Okay. So here's what I want to do. Because of where we are in the story and where we are here and the conversations that are going on, I'm going to give you guys a scene, and then we can use the remainder of that time to finish talking the details on the cell thing. But I want to get a scene going. So let's just assume that the cell happened. You guys are all happy with whatever was purchased, and you have items, whatever they may be. It's not relevant to the story where we're going right now. Okay.
I mean, we could just sell less.
So as you're going on your way, wrapping up that cell, you would hear a scream come from just outside the walls of Inbucker's Emporium. As you start to hear a flurry of scattered footsteps and screams.
Go outside and check and see what it is.
Yeah, Thermal's running out.
Kane will
Yeah,
just run
Asher's
out.
left it with Kane.
Kane, closest to the door, boots his way out as the giant slayer would, and takes a look at the area. You're in an alleyway, or like a road that has alleyway jets off and stuff. You see a dwarven woman with a bolt sticking out of her back, face down in the floor. The wound is fresh. The body, she's taking her last breaths, and as you see the breath exit her for the last time, roll me a perception check, please, Kane.
All right. Nope, wrong. All right. Perception. 16.
In haste, you look around to get an assessment of the situation, and you see dwarf and city folk just scattering to houses, hiding, ducking, cowering behind pots of plants or brick or horse carriage or what have you. Briefly, a corner of an alley that way, you feel that you saw movement into the shadows. The rest of the party makes its way out, seeing the scene in front of them.
Thermal's gonna walk to the body, see if they're still alive.
Yeah.
Medicine check, Thermal, with advantage because you're being helped.
Kane will go dart towards the alley.
Everyone would see Kane, not saying a word, hauling Alice into the alleyway.
Asher's gonna be right behind his buddy. I've got to get enough movement. I can get caught up to him pretty quick.
She's dead. The bolt still sticking in her back.
I'm gonna look at the make of the bolt then. Try to see what I can
do. It's rough, it's black, and it seems to be made of root wood, a root wood that you would absolutely identify. It is of drow make.
I'm just gonna curse in Dwarvish and take off after the rest.
You follow suit. I'm assuming everyone else is heading that way.
I am.
Hey,
Yep.
You get to the alleyway and it kind of veers off to the right in a straight right angle. You are met with a wall. You look to the right, a wall. It's like an L-shaped alleyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brick. You look up. The brick goes high enough that no one could ever make that jump. You look around and it's just some water trails, pooling into like the grate, you know what I mean? And you got like just ucky alleyway shit going on right now, maybe some trash lingering in the corners.
I investigate the alleyway.
You sure can. Roll an investigate, please. And you got your buddies there too, so they're all looking. Why don't you roll with advantage? Oh my god, don't even worry about it. So with a 22, you scan around, and as you all are kind of like, what the fuck, what happened? Well, first of all, Kane, you're looking around intently. Everyone else is looking at you like, what are you doing? But you look around, Kane, and the one thing you hear is the sound of water drips coming from the water grate.
I go to the water grate.
It seems to be deep and hollow and big enough to slide a body through it.
I saw someone dart down the alleyway. I wasn't willing to bet they escaped. They went through here. Point to the water grate.
Thermal, in just his anger, is just keeps saying fucking drow in Dwarvish.
Hey, that's Kevin's people you're talking about.
That's right. Kevin is that drow guy. I forgot all about
him. Well, he's a drider, but
yeah, dry.
He was drow at one point.
He was gonna help us.
Yeah, he was until Thalia threatened to kill him.
I didn't threaten. I just grabbed my sword because he was attacking me. That's what she thought he was doing.
He wasn't attacking anyone.
He looked like he was moving towards her. And
we were having a nice conversation.
He fed us.
He did feed us.
He fucking fed us. Oh, man. All right. So, Kane, as you explain the situation to the rest of the party, you're welcome to retort in any way.
I don't feel like going sewer diving today, but
I think our trip to the mountain's is going to be delayed.
This could be a good opportunity to get the name Saber out if we take on a contract for this request.
That is true. We didn't talk about having a name.
I still have things to do. Well,
They may be regular dwarves, but the drow need to be eliminated.
At that
They're
point
worse.
in time, you'll see the military, or at least the dwarven guard, begin to, scurry up towards the body in the middle of the road. Start hearing them asking questions loud enough that echoes.
we should go tell them what's up.
Thermal's gonna walk out into the street.
And Asher's gonna grab Thermal by the shoulder just before he gets around the corner.
Oh yeah, no.
Thermal.
Go ahead. I'll let it happen.
He's just kind of put his arm there, Thermal, with everything going
They might
on.
blame you.
Yeah, maybe seeing a Draugr like you going out first is not the best idea. Let's go out as you.
Right?
I understand.
Let me go.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, fuck off.
Guard. It's
Whatever.
not a zombie.
Thermal just pushes Asher ahead and starts walking out after him.
Thermal, wait. Let me go first.
Well, he pushed Asher ahead, so I would be walking out first.
You down
He
there?
goes right after Asher.
Yeah. Asher walks out, and then Dwarvish, he has his hand up. He's like, "Hey, we think we know where the attacker went."
Is that him behind you?
No, that is a friend. You can ask the guard at the gate. We're here. You remember the Giant Slayer? I'm with him and an emissary from Brecca. We saw a figure running this way after the poor woman was killed.
The only
We
reason
think she went into the sewer.
And the only reason why we believe you right now is because we know that a creature such as he could not craft a bolt like this.
Thermal's just gonna say in Dwarvish. No, he's gonna say directly in Dwarvish. It's definitely drow. I've seen plenty when they attack my city.
Back to you in Dwarvish, he would reciprocate a similar notion of, and it kind of coincides with all the random killings that have been happening the past couple of weeks. And it's
See?
more and more
Dwarves, Duergar can get along. They have a shared hatred of the drow.
But we hate someone else.
You hate the drow? I hate the drow.
This makes
Did we just become best friends?
You dirty.
This makes absolute zero sense, however. It just doesn't make sense because the back door has recently been renovated and sealed off.
I think they're coming through the sewers.
Does it connect to your waterways?
The waterways.
Is Dillinger still alive and we just left him here? Is that correct?
No, Dillinger got purple demon babied and then dead. Because we got all this shit.
Okay. Alright. Somebody, didn't we leave somebody here?
Mithrax
died.
No, we left somebody here to help work on the fucking gate, didn't we?
No, we took Dillinger. We found Dillinger here working on the gate, and he went with us because his job was done. And then Mithrax died right before we got out of the tunnel. But back to in character, Asher looked at the guard that he was talking to. We need to speak with TalRune about getting involved with this. We've helped with the defense of Mirador before, whenever it was under attack.
I don't see how TalRune would deny any assistance in the matter, especially when our civilians are being slain for no apparent reason. Yes, I'll tell you what, I'll send word to let TalRune expect you. Please, guys, clean this up. Notify her family. Give her a proper burial. Bring her to the cathedral for the blessings. Let's get on with it. And don't make a scene. I'll send word. TalRune. You, soldier. Go notify TalRune. They're about to have guests.
Thermal's gonna go up to the guard. Make sure this gets to the family. We may not see eye to eye, but drow are both our enemies, and I'm paying them 3 platinum.
He'll take it. In his head, he'll think eye to eye because I'm taller, but he'll take it, and he won't even say thank you, but he doesn't make any negative movements or words.
He doesn't call you a slur.
I mean, I don't call him one, but yeah.
Hey, you're the one who started off with a slur as you walked into the city.
he put his hand on me.
So
And so you call him a slur? I mean, whoa.
So as the soldiers begin to clear up the mess and whatnot, you would witness some of the civilians coming out, start asking questions, and they're on damage control at this point. You're hearing a lot of, "Oh, nothing to see. We're good. You know, we got under control. You know, this and that, this and that, this and that." Who is not going to the barracks to talk to TalRune? So you all are. Okay. Then that's probably where we're gonna pick up on our next session. I know we're about 10 or so minutes early, but I'm not gonna start something to cut it right in the middle to continue. I'd rather start fresh. So we could take these 15 minutes or 10 minutes left, and you can start talking about the store purchases. I'm okay with that. Before we do that,
was my deal able to go through where I got the 400 gold back?
I confirmed
All
it.
right.
You're good. But yeah, man. So you're going to go there. I don't necessarily need to be there for the conversations because if it fits mathematically, what I would like is this. Right in the loot chat, your name and every magic item you have on you, including the ones that you just purchased, because I want to transfer that into my log. It's time for me to start keeping track of that shit because this store situation is going to rack you up. Side note, ... with this power upgrade that the majority of you are going to be getting, just understand that I acknowledge that it's a power upgrade. And it only means that things can get very dangerous going forward. Just so you're aware. Okay?
Okay, guys. I need to head to that bar. I need to go to that bar.
We'll pick up next session next week in 7 days at the TalRune barracks scenario, and we'll have that conversation where you will most likely meet your kid. So we'll go there. All right, cool, guys.
Meet our kid. What?
Asher's kid, dwarven child.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like 20 years old, but for dwarves, that's still a kid.
Who may or may not be promoted by now. We'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, guys. Any questions, comments, concerns before we dip out of here? I'm actually gonna close. Hopefully, you like the city, guys. I tried making something.
It looks great.
Looks awesome, Frog.
Good. I'm happy you guys are stoked. I tried to make it Mirladari.
It's definitely very Mirladari. It is what I picture when I think of Mirladar.
They're beautiful. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I am closing Tails.
You're beautiful too, Frog.
Oh, shucks, fella. All right, guys. Do your thing. Have your conversation if you wish. I'm here for questions if you need me. And that's all I got, guys. I hope you enjoyed tonight.
Oh yeah, it's great to be
nice
back.
To not be fighting for my life for once.
Say what?
It's nice to not be fighting for my life for once.
All right, so Caleb just screwed us over next session.
What did I do? What did I do?
I'm forging next session, guys.
You jinxed us.
By the way, did you recognize Hardhammer?
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny. Yeah, but anyway. All right, guys. I'm gonna dip out here.
All right, Frog.
Ribbit and shit and things.
You have a good night.
So I'm just gonna play some Albion Online for like a half hour before the wife gets home. Go to bed probably.
Yeah.
I'll catch you guys later.
Later.
Okay, guys.
Later.
So with the stuff.
I'm here.
Hey, Frog.
Did I miss it?
Hey,
We're getting ready.
Hey, Deep Sea.
Hey, what's up?
What's the down song build?
Oh, okay. Down some depends what you want. You want full damage build or?
Yeah, full damage.
Okay. Druid call. Full mana.
Druid.
You can go. Yeah. If you just for fighting, PVE then Druid, then you can go cheap with a cleric and Royal Sandal. And Cave, you can go Limb Cave. Oh no, you don't. If you go Druid call, you take Deathward, or you want defensive, you can use Murloc. Depends on.
Okay, Durkic, if you can go Warlock Cape, Cleric Robe, and you said Druidic cap,
Yeah.
Druid cap,
Yeah.
and then boots, Royal Sandals.
Yep.
Oh.
And then what did you want me to run at? Which life curse staff, right?
Either Life Curse or Dawn Song. They should. Oh shit, Life Curse. If you do Life Curse, you're gonna have to go. What's it called? Demon Armor.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have anything on that one done, so I'll go ahead and do the other one, which you said was fire staff that you wanted.
Yeah, it's called the Dawn Song. If you need money, just let me know. I can help you with that.
All right. What's it called?
The Dawn Song, something like that.
Dawn Song. Okay.
Yeah.
Dong dong.
I wrote dong in there, and it came up with the right one. So.
Oh, shit.
Dawn Song you ever get.
What's up, Frog? How you doing, buddy?
Chilling, homie. Chilling. How are you?
Chilling. Ah, Frog don't want to come.
No, I'm coming. I'm coming. Where we? I don't know where I'm coming, but where are we going?
Right now we are regrouping above the bank in Fort Sterling.
What level of gear are we going out with?
If you can get up to 1200 IP, that would be nice.
Okay, what would that be average for gear level?
4-3.
Oh, okay, easy then. All right.
I have a question. I just connected my Twitch account to this. It said I got me a drop thingy, like a linked reward. Where is that located?
Unreal.
Masuda, you know where? I don't do the Twitch thing.
And then when you claim it, it
You
goes
got a
to
Twitch drop.
Oh, you have to redeem it on the browser, I believe.
Oh, it's in my mailbox. Okay, what is this? A rare community chest. Use. What does this do? Oh, what is that? Are you Record Spark?
Yes.
All right, here. What is this? Wardrobe skin, monk sandals, and guild banner victory emote. What do I? Why is it an item? Can I just use it? Oh, use. You attempting to use unlock this item will consume the item permanently and grant you corresponding unlocks. Yes. Use all. Why do I got 5? Oh. Anybody know what that guild banner victory emote does?
Wardrobe.
Yeah, whenever you murder someone, you'll slap a banner down their body and it'll look like the guild flag.
Cool.
They're charges, so they get used up as you kill people.
What's up?
I wonder if anyone actually pays for this. Like, there has to be some